Hello, Craig.
Can you hear me? Is my microphone not working?
Yeah, it's working now.
Oh, I have to plug these back in. Hold on. Well, I'm gonna have to try to come back in again and make sure these will work for me.
Yeah, it's working now. I don't know what you did.
Yeah, because I got earphones in, so that. But if I unplug them, then it works. But they usually work when they're plugged in. What is it supposed to be? All right, let me see a minute. Hold on.
It's always that one little problem, you know? Hey, Walter.
Hey, g'day, Nick. I was wondering if she was saying it was on or it was fake. I thought, oh, I'll give it a try.
No, it's a real link.
Yeah. Cool. Anyone else coming?
Yeah, Craig's in here.
Craig.
I sent invitations
nope.
to other ones.
Yeah. The others would have seen it.
Very well.
Yeah.
I actually have it live on YouTube, so I was trying to get some other people to come in here.
Yeah, right.
Does it work now?
Just learning how to get this thing to work properly.
Check, check.
How is everyone?
I'm doing okay.
I am trying.
You're trying to come on board.
Oh, is it working?
Yeah, it's working.
Oh,
No, you're not on there, but your shot is.
Oh, he doesn't have his
There
video on.
it is.
Oh, there goes his video.
I've been laying down. I've been feeling good. I don't have the corona, but got a headache.
Oh.
Well,
I got trouble breathing, but I'm all right. It's only my back.
I wanted to check in and say hi.
Yeah, good on you, mate. Linda.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. Hey, guys.
Hi. John. John, can you hear us? He's on a snowy road.
Oh, man, that is snow.
You guys still got snow over there.
Oh, what? I'll shovel some sunshine over to you.
Bring some bananas.
Don't sit on the bananas.
No,
No.
you hurt my feelings, Linda.
Oh, my Aussie.
Oh, no. I sent
I
you
know.
a special request last night.
It was
I
lots
thought
of
you
big-
would have seen it. Did you see it last night?
Yeah. It was a lot to think about. I was like,
Oh,
what?
no.
No,
Pressure.
I know.
Peer
No.
pressure. It's all good.
Hey.
Just
Hey.
joking. I just thought I'd throw that by you. See how you took it.
Sending you koala hugs, Walter.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I can feel that from here. Oh,
And
it
you?
feels good. Oh, yeah.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Oh my God, where's that
Man,
at?
where are you?
Oh, I'm in sunny North Dakota.
Shoot,
Yeah.
what? That's insane. Here, I'll shovel some sunshine to you. Some good old Arizona sunshine.
Yeah. Melt that snow.
That's right. That snow is right now?
Yep, I'm driving live right now.
Oh my God, dude. No way. That's crazy.
It's
believe you guys have-
summertime.
That's crazy.
Is that me with the echo or?
No.
Here, I had YouTube on in the background. Maybe it was me.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
Oh, I was hearing an echo.
We
Oh,
were
now they're
looking-
gonna come at me, them suckers.
Oh, look out. Beep, beep. Oh, you got one in front of you too.
Yeah, they were making me a trail so I can get out.
Oh,
So that's the best play to drive, man, right behind the plow truck.
Yep.
I don't know if I should wait on them or if I should go.
Go ahead, wait unless you want to get snow or salt spread on you.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
That's
coming
so
back the other way.
crazy. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move over so you can get by me here.
Go forward, young man.
Yep, be nice to the salt trucks. They're your friends.
Well, I made it to the main highway now, so should be fairly clear. No, one of my students, yeah, I got to deliver him a school laptop. He didn't have an internet, so I'm bringing it to him.
Yeah.
Oh, at least you're doing that.
Yeah, he lives with his grandma. He didn't want to come out and expose himself to everything.
You're like in the middle of nowhere out there.
Pretty much, lots of good flying fields out here.
I
Not
would-
right
Cool.
now.
You're all
Right.
grounded.
That's a casino right there, though. Well, you can't see it now, but we do have a casino.
Wow. You're all grounded, paragliders as well.
Right there. That's a casino.
Wow.
I live on an Indian reservation.
Yep.
Where are you at in North
I'm in-
Dakota?
Yep, northern North Dakota, almost in Canada.
Ah, dang.
Well, you keep the snow up there because they were talking about us getting snow here next week, and I don't want it.
It was almost all gone yesterday. This is all from today.
Damn.
So, it's
That's
what,
crazy.
it was about 78 here today, guys. I know.
No, man.
It was stressful. All that Arizona sunshine. I know. I'm already running the AC. What the heck is going on?
Arizona.
There you go. Right.
Always on the mind.
He sings too, Walter.
Hey,
Yeah.
did I? No, I didn't.
Walter, what time is it there, Walter? Please tell me.
11:18 a.m.
Oh my gosh.
Thursday.
Did you eat
You're
breakfast?
saying, you guys were saying, oh, it's April Fool's Day. I said, no, it's not. That was yesterday.
Well, what's the lottery numbers for the US for Thursday? Because we need them.
36, 25, 18, 16, no,
I gotta write that down.
34, no, 34, 64, 34. No, sorry, 36, 34, 36, 34. How's that one, Nick?
Walter.
What? Well, oh, you wanted cross lotto numbers.
Yeah, lottery numbers, right.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
I'll send them over to you before tonight.
I know.
Yeah, if we win, we
That
might
was
spend a little
last
money to you.
week's numbers. Sorry. That was last week's numbers. You sure? Cross lotto draw was last night. You guys missed out. Tonight's Keno. But they got cross lotto too.
Yeah, but theirs was different then.
It doesn't matter. They just want the numbers.
Well, look
I
them
don't
up.
pay.
Look them up. Cross lotto numbers for Wednesday night.
I believe it's still light up there in the Dakotas. It's dark here.
Oh yeah, in the summertime it doesn't get dark till like 10 at night.
What?
Yeah,
Wow.
but in the winter it gets dark about 3 in the afternoon.
Oh moly. Where are you driving? Like it's like been driving like forever.
Yeah, and just a little short trip for up here.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's like
He's
Canada.
looking
There is no
after
short
one of
trip.
his students.
Well,
Yeah,
I guess
we
it's better than earthquakes.
We don't judge distance by miles here. We judge distance by how many hours it takes to get to the next town.
I suppose that would depend on the snow.
Yeah, that's a 2-hour drive to that place.
Yeah.
What's your drive tonight? About a 12 6-pack drive?
Yeah, at least. The whole town is right up in the mountains. They're just hills, as you can see. But just a little into town to bring something to somebody. Gonna meet him at a gas station. We have a what do you call that where you can't go anywhere after a certain time? Curfew.
Curfew.
starting soon. So,
Oh, you have a curfew down there.
yeah. 9 o'clock at night we have to be off the roads.
Wow.
I know they've been
Mm.
some guys have been sharing some videos on Facebook of Florida when you come out of Georgia in there. All the trucks get to go past the scales, but all the cars have to pull in for a corona check.
Oh my lord. Crazy.
Yeah, trucks carry the country.
Yes, they do. All these young kids ought to take note on who's working right now.
Yes, exactly.
Oh,
Exactly.
so you're a truck driver, right? You're a truck driver.
No.
Oh, me? No, I'm actually a college teacher.
Oh, okay.
One of my students needs a laptop so he can take my class online. He didn't have a laptop, so I got one from the school for him.
That's
I'm
nice.
bringing it to him.
Oh my gosh. I just like blown away by all that snow.
Oh yeah. It's just an
Yeah,
average
Linda's
day.
never seen snow before.
I have. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. I've gone back to visit family for Christmas in Michigan many times. I went through many snowstorms and I don't miss the snow.
I don't mind the snow. I just wish the roads weren't slippery.
Hey, look who joined us.
Yeah. Hey, I just wanted to pop in real quick. I am.
Oh, hey,
about to go
look who it is.
Yeah.
It's a TF.
Join us, please.
I'll spend probably about
Okay.
2 or 3 minutes. I've got to go eat. I haven't eaten all day, and I've been drinking this whiskey during the show. I'm just like, "Ooh."
Oh,
Oh, no.
You'd be drinking the shine, you'd be feeling better.
Yeah, no kidding, right? There you go.
a bit more decorum on this show, Dave, than your show. What did
It's
you do to
looser than my
Kate?
show, huh?
Hey, yeah, what'd you do to Kate?
Oh, nothing. She was messing around. She was actually working on something behind the.
I
behind the
didn't
background.
see anything go wrong.
No,
Well-
I didn't make her mad at all. Actually, she and I were just talking when we ended the show. We talked for about 10, 15 minutes, getting some ideas for next week's show.
Good one.
Yeah, but no, I saw the code come out, so I just wanted to stop in, say hello, love y'all. I am
That
out
was
of here.
nice. Very nice of you,
Awesome.
Dave. You are a
Yeah.
nice guy. You
No.
are.
No, I'm actually an asshole.
But I just figured since you're not running an after show, I'd just go ahead and start. When I start one last week, a bunch of us got on here for about 5 hours. So I
Yeah.
figured I'll
It
just do
was
it
pretty
again.
fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, we're talking a little bit about the After Dark and the OPN, and I won't go too far into it because I really don't want to. But we're trying to keep the two separated. Where OPN is more the serious interview, here to learn something. The After Dark is more the campfire at the fly-in. We're all drinking beer, looser format. So we're really, we're all trying to figure out exactly which dynamics. I don't want to pull in the after shows because that's what we do on OPN, but that might change.
I think
Yeah,
it'd be a bit much too, Dave.
Yeah, it probably will be. Dave and I are actually talking about it. And not actually. He's given me his blessing to go ahead and take the After Dark and turn it into my own show. He calls After Dark my show, but I'm also
That's
trying to be
cool.
very, very respectful because I don't want anybody to think oh my God, what happened, or how the rumor mills go.
You
So,
guys make an awesome team.
oh, we do, and I love Dave to death. I mean,
I
his
know, you should
opinion
just
means
keep it,
a lot to me.
You guys make an
So.
awesome team for your shows and stuff.
Well,
Yeah.
you tell him that,
Okay, well,
but
I'm not shy.
yeah,
I'll
there
just
you
say
go.
it like it is. There you
But-
go.
Anyway, I'm out of here, guys. I just wanted to stop in, say hello. We will see you guys Sunday. I guess I am interviewing Tom Kubat, so that's going to be pretty cool.
Cool.
Okay,
Should be a good
Don't
show.
That's
forget
gonna be a good
tomorrow
one.
night,
Yeah, that's going to be a fun one.
paraglidingtalk.com.
Yep.
Say it, Walter.
No,
Walter.
nation.
Paraglidingtalk.com.
Yeah.
.com.
Wrong show.
Paraglidingtalk.com.
Well, I'll probably pop in
Very
late.
nice.
I was actually working on a greenhouse today and got done about 45 minutes before the show started, cleaned up and did the show. And now I'm going to go eat. And
Yeah, I planted my garden today.
nice. Yeah, we're expecting 8 days of rain. So I don't think we're going to be doing gardening for about the next 2 weeks. But usually here in Texas, we don't get those gardens in until about mid-April anyway. So
I don't think you can see my screen, can you?
Oh, yeah. Nope. Yeah, no, you're not going to get any gardening done. There you go. All
Hey,
right,
Dave,
guys.
have you put
Y'all be
those,
good.
have you put
All
those
right.
tilapias in the lake?
They're never good in the
Yeah.
after show, Dave. It's just
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah, there you go. No, the blue tilapia actually are living in twin 20-gallon tanks. I've got a 55-gallon tank coming in. The 20s are going to turn into my breeders. I've got 7 blue tilapia, which are my breeders. And yes, some blue tilapia
And-
will go into my lake to feed my bass.
And Dave has chicks.
Yep, I have lots of chickens.
A
Lots
lot
and
of
lots of
chicks.
chickens.
Chickens.
Mhm. I
Got
saw
goats
that.
too.
You raising tilapia to eat or what?
Yeah. Yep.
Now, can you raise them in the lake, or will they just totally get eaten up by the
No,
bass?
no. So the blue tilapia are actually bred in my tanks, and then the fry go into another tank, start getting brought up, and once they hit about 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds, they're killed. They're slaughtered. However, since they breed so prolifically, each female is capable of raising 200 to 1,000 eggs. You've got about a
Damn.
70% hatch rate out of that. So I can breed in 8 months, I can breed well over 10,000 tilapia. So what I do is I'll take the 3 to 4 inch ones that I'm not going to use. I'll release them into my lake for my bass, which my bass love, and then do my fish kills and then take my best out of that year, put them back into my breeder tanks, and then stop their breeding for the winter and then start again in the spring. So I usually will come out with about a 3/4 pound fillet off each fish, and I'll put back about 150, 200 pounds of fish meat every year.
See, Dave, you could do your own show on that now. Look at
Yeah, well,
expand your horizons.
I've thought a little about showing more of kind of like what's the name does off the ranch. I've thought a little bit about that, but at the same time, with everything that's going on and people, I got a really weird thing. About a month or two ago, one of the guys said, based on where you take off and based on your property, I've looked that up online and now I know exactly where you live. And it wasn't a creepy thing or anything.
Ooh,
It's just he identified,
kinda
you know,
weird.
based on the surroundings. And with everything now going on and stuff like that, I'm like, you know, maybe I don't want to be showing gardening and fish raising and goat raising and chick raising and stuff like that.
oh, right, right.
But I am going to film it, and I think after this is all over, that's when I'll probably produce those videos.
You know,
'Cause
some
it's-
people need
I'd
to
like
learn
to
to raise
write
their
it
own
up,
stuff. I mean, that'd be a great show for you to do. We'll do a whole
Yeah.
series on it. I mean, off grid is a big thing these days.
Yeah, well, and I mean,
think
this
you've had enough
thing.
gun shows that they're not going to come looking for you, Dave.
No, yeah, I was gonna say we've definitely got some firearms here. But you know, people do strange stuff within
Yeah,
my
that's
own,
true.
you know, my trick shooting and stuff. I mean, you know, I have a manager, I have a handler and stuff. For, you know, I go out to Hollywood or stuff like that, or when I go shoot or have in the past. And you'd be surprised on what some of the fans do. I have some real spooky stories of things that fans did, and it's just like, whoa, you know. So anyway,
Where's
but
your
yeah,
next
I mean,
fair at now? Since you're had to cancel a lot of them.
Ohio. Well, I didn't actually. So last year when I left Bristol, that also took out California as well. So I wasn't going to do California, which actually would have started this weekend coming. Anyway, so I had planned last year to take 5 months off right after Arizona. Well, Arizona ended 2 weeks early, but I had planned on taking until September off naturally. So what was going to be a 5-month natural vacation turned into a 5.5-month natural vacation. I saved for it last year. So really, honestly, you know, this is just my vacation. And this just happened to pop in that vacation, which is great, you know, financially and everything else for me, but it really is hurting me, you know, deep down inside, because a lot of my friends are suffering because a lot of the shows, California canceled, Scarborough should be canceling here soon. Sherwood Forest Fair canceled, Muskogee just canceled. So, you know, these places that people are going to go that, you know, count on this work aren't going to be working. So we're trying to do a bunch of stuff, you know, with them too. We're trying to get websites started so these crafters and stuff can still sell their wares online. I'm actually going to be opening up Stickbow Archery online for the first time in probably 10 years. I'm going to be doing that here in another week or two. We'll be selling online archery stuff. Not so much because I need the money. I mean, money's great, but, you know, just to kind of keep that momentum going. So when we do start work again, you know, we're still current.
You need to versify if you're not going to be flying, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, that's also some of the thing with the chicks out here, the fish, the goats. I'm fixing to go get my bird license here in Texas where I can sell chickens. I'm also fixing to take on some pheasants, so I can start selling pheasants, raising and selling pheasant. So I'll be able to sell eggs. I'll be able to sell chicks. I'll be able to sell chickens. I'll be able to sell pheasant eggs, pheasant chicks, pheasant birds.
Right.
Getting my food handling stuff for my tilapia so we can start doing that, plus our gardening. I've got a 40 by 80 plot out here that we're going to be planting as soon as the rain stops. So I'm starting to kind of diversify for this next 5.5 months, because there's going to be some food shortages, I feel anyway, where I can either start helping some churches out or start actually selling that stuff too. And I'll be filming all that.
Now you got the large property there. If you get a handling license like that, you should do like a archery shoot where people pay to come out and shoot pheasants with a bow.
Well, I don't have that much property where I'd actually probably trust somebody to come out and do that, because they can send arrows over the fence line or, you know, into places that you probably don't want. This property is 16 acres, but it's got a 5-acre lake on it. So, you know, it's still a lot of acreage, but there's still a lot of things to hit around here too.
It'd just be kind of a neat way to hunt pheasant, you know, go out there with
Yeah.
an old style bow and see if you can knock one out. Charge them, you know, so much a shot.
Funny story for you, and this is really illegal what I did, but still a funny story for you, is we went morning dove hunting. And if you've ever hunted dove with a shotgun, you know that those suckers move around like a little Tomcat F-14. I mean, they are tough to hit. They're really, really small, deceiving birds. I can't hit jack shit when it comes to dove with a shotgun. And one of my friends said, at the end of the day, we were walking. He goes, you'd be better off with a bow. The next day I showed up with a bow and I hit 4 doves out of 5 with
I
a bow.
believe it. I
With a
believe
bow?
With a bow.
it. I believe it.
Pretty
You're
good.
dangerous.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, that's what I do on stage. That's what I'm paid for, to hit aspirin out of the air. I mean, a dove is a lot bigger target. So, yeah. And he was just sitting here going, you have a gun in your hand. I'm scared because I'm a pretty decent shot. I take my 50 cal out to 1800 meters and shoot 36-inch gongs routinely with that thing. With a pistol, I'm okay. With a bow, I'm probably more deadly with a bow than I am with a gun. So
You got a lead in front, Dave.
yeah.
Mm.
It's just reading the target and knowing your equipment. That's really all it is.
Yeah.
And you're using all primitive bows too. You're not using anything high tech. That's all hand built.
I'm using double recurves and I'm using longbows, depending on what I'm trying to shoot.
Now you make your own arrows too, or are you just using stock arrow?
Yeah, matter of fact, well, here's some that I've got to turn into Port Orford cedar shafts that I cut, knocked, ready to roll. I've got some handmade arrows around here somewhere. I've got my set that I actually hunt with. Oh yeah,
Oh, this sucks.
they're up over there. Here, hold on.
Forgot my wallet at home.
That's not a
And my
good thing.
cigarette. And I don't have any cigarettes with me.
Oh, no.
Which is
Yep.
giving her up.
Those are my hunting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
That
a
blade's
bunch of
just
those.
fixed in there, isn't it? It's not even replaceable. It's just slid in.
Yeah, it's just a broadhead. It's just a one-piece broadhead. That's all it is.
Now, have you tried any like the old stone style?
Mhm.
Chipping the flint?
Actually, I know how to flint knap, and I've got spear points, knife points, and arrow points out in the garage. I've actually got a set of old bamboo cane shafting that I picked, fire hardened, straightened, and I've got a set of obsidian points that I carved out that I want to make some arrows out of one of these days. Just haven't gotten to it.
Well, hopefully, if you come to the Ohio one here, we can come down and fly together.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that starts in September. With this whole virus thing, I see this thing probably peaking out in about another month and a half and start coming down. As long as people do their frickin' job, I see that happening. If not, guys, we're probably going to go through this in the winter. It's going to depend on people. I do go out into town out here, although we just got our first official case here in Titus County, Texas, yesterday. Which means that if we have one, we've got 100 out there that don't know they have it yet. And I literally just locked my front gate. So I'm on the grounds until further notice. I can fly out of here, of course, but that's not going to risk it. Not going to risk it.
I hear you. I hear you, Dave. I don't go back to work till like the 20th so far.
Mhm.
I just take care of me.
Yeah.
'Cause-
No, that's
'cause
what you
my
need to
work's
do.
like whatever. I ain't messing with this stuff. So.
Yeah. No, this stuff, I got a real good friend in Louisiana, a real good friend of Kyle's as well. I was out flying with him the day before they shut the Texas-Louisiana border down. You cannot pass through unless you put yourself into 14-day quarantine backed by jail time. Anyway, he works for the deputy coroners out there, and his wife is one of the head nurses in one of the hospitals out there. And he was telling me some stories of the stuff that they've seen. Told me a story of this one lady. She got it. She got tested. She knew she had it. The doctor said, I'll give her a call the next day. The doctor called her the next day and she said, no, actually, I'm feeling better than I did yesterday. And he said, okay, well, here's what we need to do. Quarantine, blah, blah, blah. She said, no problem. He said, I'll check with you tomorrow morning. He called her the next morning. She was dead.
Oh my gosh.
She dropped dead. So we don't
Nothing to
know.
mess with.
And he didn't elaborate, but I suspect she probably had some
Yeah.
heart problems or lung problems to go that quickly. But it relatively, healthy human being, not exhibiting, real bad signs. Just boom, gone.
Dave, we had a lady here, 93. She got the coronavirus and she lived through it.
Wow.
And she said it's the worst thing ever in her life that she's had. Trying to breathe, she said, that was the hardest. It was like that you had glass shards all down your throat.
Yeah.
She said
Well, that's
that
what it
was-
does. Dave, my friend down in Louisiana, said that the intubators that they use, let's say it takes 20 cc's of water pressure to inflate a normal lung. He said that the intubators that they have cannot develop enough pressure to inflate the lung with somebody with COVID in their lungs. And what it's
Right.
doing to the lungs, it's literally inflaming them so much that they can't move. And there's no room to draw air. He said it's really, really horrible. Some of the autopsies they've done has just been it's just ungodly. And I'm prior military. Blood and guts don't bother me at all. But some of the images that he was portraying is just
And I
unreal.
don't understand. We've got a lot of people saying, oh, this is all bullshit. It's not really, it's just a flu. And I'm thinking, go tell that to the Italians.
Yeah.
See what
Yeah,
they
pretty
have to
much.
say to you.
Yeah.
Bloody
Oh, they're
hell.
showing images now out of New York of the refrigerator trucks showing up to the back of the hospital loading people now.
What worries me with all that is all the trash from New York comes about 15 minutes from the house here. They run it right through Steubenville on rail cars and unload it. So all that nastiness from there is coming to Ohio now. We already have one case in the area. And I seen a news story earlier that there was 4 healthcare workers at the hospital that have it.
Well, New York or Texas here got sick of it the other day when they shut the border down to Louisiana. And you can go to Louisiana and you can go to Louisiana here to Texas. But when you come through, you are stopped by a DPS officer on the border. They take your name, they take your license, they take your address, get everything checked out, and they require you to go back to that place that you list to quarantine, and they will show up unannounced over those 14 days period. And if you're not here, you are going to jail and you are also getting a fine. I mean, they are taking it seriously. It is, and I'm only 60 miles away from the border. I'm actually planning on going over to Atlanta, Texas, which is probably about a 15-minute flight from the Louisiana border, take the trike up and go fly to the border to the Texas side and get video of those officers down there stopping traffic coming through. I want to very bad, but we're trying to check the laws on it because I'm not sure if I fly over that, if they'll chase me down. We don't know. We have no idea, but I think that would be some neat video to get.
That would be
There's been
good
some
fun.
crazy videos coming out of Florida where the Georgia-Florida line, all the truck scales, the trucks are allowed to drive past them. They have all the cars going through them, checking everybody for the virus.
Yeah, they're taking temperature on the side of the road now. It's pretty spooky stuff. It's pretty real. So, all right, guys, listen, I am out of here.
All right, go eat,
Gotta go
Dave.
get something to eat. So,
Love
all
you,
right.
For
man.
stopping in at least.
love you guys too. We'll see you on Sunday.
All right,
Bye.
bye.
We,
All right. Here we
we had-
are. Walter,
we had-
Walter.
yes, Linda.
Walter.
How's your bananas growing?
I made banana bread yesterday.
Can you?
It's
Banana
delicious.
bread?
It's delicious.
You mean banana cake?
Banana bread.
Bread.
Banana cake. What the heck is banana cake? Banana
It's-
cake.
It's a cake with bananas.
I don't make banana cake. I make banana bread.
Banana bread.
Banana bread.
Yeah,
What?
I think
You
I just had a
actually
grill
don't make
lunch
banana bread.
banana bread.
Banana bread.
There
Yeah,
you go.
there you go. Are you still like driving in the snow, dude?
I'm still sitting at the gas station waiting on my two
Yeah, make sure they haven't got spit on them.
people pulled up. I think they're trying to fight for me though. I don't know about this gas station.
Oh,
Bring
goodness.
a catalog home.
I'm trying to sell me something.
Specials catalog. Yeah.
So Randy is driving through Arkansas tomorrow, whatever. So he's been all over the place. Randy Ockridge, the truck driver.
Truckee.
Yeah, he's gonna keep me posted on his travel adventures or whatever. And yeah,
They're still
It's-
going.
it's not fun stuff, man.
No.
You're driving through all that stuff that's going out there right now, you know.
Yeah.
I think he said when he got to Texas, because he was in Texas for a little bit, they actually had a stop where he had to get checked for the virus
Yeah.
before he could go into the warehouse or something.
Yeah, well, I'd say they're pretty vulnerable. They do a lot of stops and whatever. So
Yeah, and then think of those poor mailmen and stuff. They got to meet with all kinds of people.
oh yeah.
I get paranoid just getting packages from Amazon that I ordered. I'm like, God, is
Right?
it safe to bring in the house?
Yeah,
Put them in,
Seriously,
put 'em in quarantine for a while.
I think so. Where, in the freezer? Good Lord.
Yeah.
In the
Freeze 'em or,
microwave.
No,
In the
don't
mi-
might,
It
no,
freaks
you
me
have to
out.
hit
It freaks me
microelectronics.
Yeah, microwave your package.
You know, Nick, I got like all my stuff for my printer that came today, and I was all like afraid to touch it.
I got a new pet hamster in the mail, but I microwaved it.
Uh,
Great. Yeah.
Hey, Walter, you want me to send you some North Dakota snow? Oh,
Yes,
hold
please.
on, I'll get you a fresh one. There we
send
go.
it to Dave Crazy. It'll be melted by the time it gets here.
Yeah.
Hey, what did I win today?
Now I'm covered in
Air.
snow.
Air,
Yeah, you want air.
hair, or air?
Like air you breathe, air.
Oh, that's good. I need some of that.
Yeah, he said he guaranteed it to be virus free too.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there's my student.
Yeah, he said it'll be here about 4 months.
Funny. Hopefully it works for you. If you get time and you get it online, could you download the Zoom app for me? Oh, perfect. Perfect. I think so. It's just going to school.
Did anybody catch
Yeah, but I
Keith
don't think it's
Smith's
too rushed. Yours for a long
video
time.
today flying?
Alrighty.
Crazy Keith Smith. Did you guys catch him flying today?
No, I didn't. No,
Promoting.
not yet.
Okay. Package
Yeah.
has been delivered.
Keith Smith, he scared the crap out of me, man.
Now I get to go home. You guys on the back.
Why is that, Linda?
I don't. It was like it was right before Dave's show or whatever, but it was like he was flying all over the place. I'm
Oh,
sure he's
okay.
fine now, but you know, they get on there and they fly for, you know, it seems like they're flying forever, and I'm just like, dude, what are you doing? You know what I mean?
He's
And,
having
uh,
fun.
Dave flies all the
Yeah,
time.
you can watch it on there. It's on their Keith Smith.
Yeah.
His paragliding, or he was paramoting today. And I was just watching him, and then I think the wind caught him a couple times. I'm like, oh no, don't do it, dude. Don't
You
do
were
it.
watching him,
How about
Linda.
Robert? Has he been flying?
Oh yeah, he flew yesterday at Blossom.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, he flew at Blossom yesterday. So.
I want to learn how to free flight one of these days.
Yeah, you should
Oh my-
do it.
It's one of my dreams.
Oh heck yeah, go for it.
But I'm going to start a new YouTube channel called The Poor Paramotor Pilot, because that's what I am.
Aren't we all once we get a paramotor?
Right?
Well,
Once
it
you
started-
buy one, you want to buy another one, or you won't want to buy another wing, and you're trying to figure out how to finance that.
Never stops.
The Popo's behind me. Oh, hope they don't pull me over. I don't have my wallet.
Just tell them you're going to the store.
I'll cough on them.
There you go.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm on Indian reservation. I'm a white guy. They can't do anything to me. I forgot about that.
Well, I
Well-
guess you'd rather have snow than the earthquakes right now in Utah.
I would definitely. That
And po-
earthquake was way too close to Yellowstone for my liking.
Oh,
I'm sure. Yeah, and I mean, look at Robert living in San Diego. You know, it's like
Yeah.
that's always in the back of my mind. Always, you know. Gosh, yeah.
Oh, good. He's going to the cop shop. He ain't after me.
You mean the donut shop?
There you go. No,
Wonder
I
what the cops
never.
are doing. All the donut shops are closing early now, and a lot of them are closed. I don't know where they're going anymore.
Yeah.
Will they deliver donuts to your house? Do they do like Uber Eats and I can call the donuts?
I think
shop,
so.
say, bring me some
Oh.
donuts.
I know
Well,
they
there's still
were-
gas stations. Here, all the donuts are in the gas stations.
Yeah, but those aren't good donuts.
Oh, yes, they are in Minnesota. They
Donut.
are. They tried Krispy Kreme tried to do it, didn't work out. They lost their ass here, and some Domino's, not Domino's, Dunkin' Donuts tried. I think there's one left. It's probably Leon. He probably never took the sign off. But most of the good donuts are part of. Well, it used to be Super America. Now they're Speedy or whatever they are. But they own the bakery too. It's
Oh, yeah, Super American Speedways are big around our area.
yeah. So they own Supermom, which used to be part of Super America, and that's where they get. So just by my house, not too far from here. So and there've been some good donuts.
Cannolis. When I go to
Cannoli.
Michigan and visit family,
Or be
Cannoli.
like
when I
me.
get there, I have a list of my favorite things I like to eat when I'm there that you can't get here in Arizona. And that is, we go to the Italian bakery and get cannoli.
Ah,
You could be like me and the first time you go
Die
to
for
town.
Walter.
oh,
Cannolis, Walter.
good Italian food.
I love
Yeah.
cannolis. They're so good.
You know, many years ago, we used to go.
Oh, not many years ago, Walter.
Many years ago.
Uh,
We used to go fishing.
Am I gonna fall asleep or?
That's it.
Is this
You're
a-
done.
Is this a
You're
nighttime-
done.
Is this a nighttime story? Cause you know,
No, it's afternoon
I'm just
story.
kidding. You know I love you, Walter.
No, you don't.
Well, I think I'm the only one on here that has nighttime at the
Sorry,
moment.
I stood him up at the altar. I'm sorry. Nick, I did. I stood him up at the altar.
It wasn't at the altar.
Because I had-
It was just a note on.
Well, if you can.
Yeah. Oh, here's trouble.
Yeah, there's trouble coming in.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Here we go. It's all happening now. It's all going down. He's coming in.
We've got to stop talking about Dave now
Yeah.
and my stickers and hot air.
Oh, man.
Dave, come
That,
on, Dave.
David.
Come on, Dave. Come on down.
Hey,
Yeah.
don't sit on the bananas.
Yeah. Right.
He probably likes sitting on the bananas.
Right. Exactly.
Dave,
You know.
Dave's not home, man.
He's having a hard time.
Dave,
He's trying to
Well,
get back to us.
They did that
We love
Dave's
you,
not
Carlos.
home.
China.
Oh, wait. He's
And
getting-
it was.
I like
mean,
the
which
fact
we
he's
kind
got
of knew
three.
already, but it's like they said that they did skew all their numbers. I know. I mean, I know we knew, but now there was like an investigation, and it was, you know, like that. And then I know. I'm
Somebody
sure
said they
you've
love
heard that
bananas
the
in chat.
testing isn't allowed to go to
Yeah.
private labs here in Ohio now.
I think Dave's on a private.
I think so. I'm confused.
I don't think it's Dave. I think it's someone else using his picture.
I know, I'm
I just
confused
figure
there.
sometimes you hear stuff at work because you're involved, but yeah,
That's him.
Oh,
That's
who is that? From everyone. Have fun, catch a lake. Going to make love now.
yeah.
That's Jim talking.
No, DeWine signed
Who is
something
that?
today that Ohio can't use the private labs for testing because it's taken them, 4, 5, 6 days to get results back. So there was a Columbus hospital and then University, Metro, and Cleveland Clinic up in Cleveland.
Gone.
Yeah, they disappeared.
Gone. Just worked it out. Like Jim talking.
They're trying to trickle in. They're trying. Yes, everybody's like, wait, I got to get on the show. Nick, I threw those numbers out there during the during Trike-Fire show, you know, get people on
Cool.
here. Yeah.
John, you're
Meetings
making
now.
me cold.
What I need to do
Meetings-
is get a list of everybody's email address so I can just send out a mass mailing when I bring the channel up.
I know. I'll help you, Nick. I'll help you. Yeah, get those little numbers going. Get the
Hell,
channel.
I was trying to figure out your last couple of videos, those screens you were taking videos of. What the hell are those? I mean, I
That
know
was,
they're,
That's PSK 31. It's a digital mode running on the radio. That's what's up right now up on the back screen here.
I know, I was trying to figure what it is, you know, not what it is, but what's on the screen at that moment.
Looks like snowfall.
Because, you know,
It's a lot on the screen.
Well, what the bottom waterfall is actually, we're looking at one frequency in
Yeah.
radio frequency, but that whole bottom waterfall is the audio spectrum. And that little
Are we
yellow line you
looking
see
at
me move around, I'm
the-
picking one actual transmission out of that audio spectrum. You can have 30 conversations on one frequency at the same time. They're all different audio
Yeah.
modes.
I have trouble speaking to you, 4 or 5 people, let alone hundreds.
It's, you gotta know how to do it. It takes a little skill to get used to doing.
Oh, we know you've done it all, Nick. So
Today,
Breaker 19, Nick. Breaker 19.
well, today I did 23 contacts in the US, Panama, Cuba, Hawaii, Venezuela, Canada, and the Canary Islands.
no, Australia, man. Come on, lift your game.
Oh.
I didn't hear any Aussies on there today. I worked
Aussie.
in Aussie on Monday, I think it was.
Yeah, I know you told me. And you went to Alaska. Not Alaska, Antarctica.
Yeah, I worked at, there's an Antarctic station I work quite often on here, actually. In fact, next time I'll have to screen record it, because it's neat getting a weather report.
Yep. Get the weather before it comes to you.
Well, I already know that the weather's coming this way, and I'm not liking it.
Oh.
Yeah, you're looking at it on my screen right now. Or
Yeah,
is it going all your way?
oh,
Yeah,
it's coming
just
our way
let
next
me
week,
know.
I think.
The snow is coming your way?
Yep,
I think so.
there's a screen you'd probably be able to read easier.
After pretty soon if it hasn't already.
Well, Nick, just paramotor to Arizona. You'll be fine.
Yeah, I might take mine down there and go flying.
Yeah, you guys see my
Different-
questions about
The weather's beautiful.
wet.
The weather's beautiful.
You guys see my questions about wet reserves today? I had pulled my paramotor out to tinker with it, and I went in the house and took a nap, and I came out and it was covered in snow and everything. My reserves all wet.
Oh, no. Walter, what's the matter, Walter? You're yawning.
Well, if your reserve gets wet, you're supposed to have to take it out, dry it off, and repack it.
That's why I was asking about picking it yourself in the chat room at the beginning of the show. I'm
Not
thinking I'm gonna
feeling-
have to at least take it out and dry it and send it in to get it repacked.
Learn to repack it yourself. I mean,
I don't think it should be that hard. I mean, when I put it in that container, it was a scary thing, but you know, get the instructions and follow them just like anything else, right?
I mean, I repacked my parachutes. I've never repacked a reserve yet. But when I do mine, I'm gonna actually take it, have it done, but I want to watch it be done so I can learn how to do it, because it's
Right.
something we should know how to do.
I've packed plenty of
I
drag
might do
suits,
that too.
Nick. I've packed
This guy place.
drag racing shoots. To me, it's very similar.
Yeah, I figure the drag racing chutes ought to be about the same as what we're carrying. They're just a small parachute.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine was like when I put it in the case, it looked like a bunch of little rolls of something or other. I don't even know how it looks. A bunch of rubber
Supposed to be
bands and stuff in there.
Well, you could carefully pull it apart, take pictures as you unfold it.
Or just set up my GoPro and film myself on doing it. Yeah.
Yeah, and it just, it doesn't seem like it'd be that hard. I mean, you got to be able to repack them.
Yep. I agree. I think I'm gonna have to dry it out. I don't want it to get moldy inside.
That's what I'd be afraid of. You get any moisture on it, should get it out and repack it just for safety.
Yep.
Yeah.
Either that or maybe put it in a vacuum chamber and pull the moisture out of it quickly.
That could be done if I had one. Wish I did.
All you need is a big steel box and a vacuum pump.
And some cold weather.
No, you'd want warm. You'd want warm actually.
Just warm.
Yep, you have to freeze it first.
Put it in a warm room.
So
No,
it
no, no.
sublimates.
No, go ahead and leave it warm. Put it in the vacuum chamber and pull the down to a vacuum. It's going to get cold anyway. Any moisture in there is going to almost freeze as it evaporates. One of the first things we learned in HVAC school.
Be back in a
Cut.
minute.
It's kind of interesting when you see water, evaporate and boil off at, 10 degrees.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Look at all that snow. You got a long way to drive
Yeah.
there.
Did you see Dave's thing in the chat?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, it's normally only about a 10 or 15-minute drive, but I can only go about 30 miles an hour right now.
I just happened to look down and seen the chat. I'm like, I can't believe he sent that.
what did he say?
I'm not going to read it on here.
Oh,
'Cause
okay.
we are live on YouTube.
Oh, all right.
I saw something about bananas go across my screen, but I don't know what it said.
Yeah, he said he was laying in bed next to his wife, and then what he was going to do here in a minute.
Hello. Okay then.
Well, at least he cut the audio and jumped out of there before he started that.
You're like, hello. I think Walter went to take his cat nap.
He said he'd be right back.
Oh,
Be back.
Good Lord. There you go, Linda. There's all the conversations at one time.
wait, oh, you mean on the radio?
Yeah, each of those streamers going across there, like ticker tapes, that's all in one frequency.
That's crazy. Yeah, I believe it'd be busy tonight.
Oh, it is.
Like, can you see their conversations, or you just see that everybody's on there?
No, I can see right here around each of these like brown lines you see.
Yeah.
There's text scrolling in each of those.
They look like pink lines.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're like a
Blue.
brownish color.
Oh, I see blue pink lines. Yeah. Look at all that. What is all this stuff going on your desk thing there? Holy.
Mainly the radios. The orange screen you see down here is the radio itself. The box above it with the display is the antenna tuner. This is a digital interface here to the computer. This actually up here is another radio. And I don't have it on right now, but there's an amplifier over here. If I turn on, it'll light up.
Oh.
And there's another antenna tuner here for that amplifier. And then behind me is Bertha.
That's right. I've met Bertha. Yeah.
That's the big amplifier.
Yeah.
We don't use her too often.
That is so insane.
When you start pushing over 2,500 watts at your antenna, things tend to go bad quickly.
I would say. It's a lot of power, dude.
I'll put it this way, the radio room has its own service.
Yeah, it would have to. How to keep track of all that? Gosh.
And you're not even seeing the other part of the desktop. I don't know if I can really turn it. There's other radios over this way. They're all kind of lower than the monitor though.
Walter,
Oh, Linda.
where'd you go? I thought you went and take a nap because it's afternoon there, so you'd be taking your nap.
Nah. No, I had a big sleep last night.
You had a big sleep last night?
Yeah.
A big sleep?
I've been
Sleep?
having trouble breathing. I'm a bit short of breath.
Oh,
That's not
do
good.
that.
That's not good.
Me,
Walter.
Walter.
That's
It's not
good.
corona. I've injured my back, and I'm sure that's what it was. So I'm suffering a bit today.
Oh, no.
Yes.
What do you do? Get in a fight at the store over toilet paper again?
No, I fell about
You fell?
6 weeks ago. Remember I fell over? I told you I fell over, and I did a bit of work on the weekend doing some gardening, and I think I put my back out again. And
You
it just
need
takes
to-
my breath
You need
away.
to relax and, yeah, you need to relax all that.
Yeah.
It's live.
Oh my gosh, look at that
Why?
snow. It's getting like dark now. Are you almost there or what?
Yeah, I'm only a couple miles from my house now.
Oh my god. Do you have to drive that every day?
Oh yeah. Well, normally, now that I'm in lockdown, I don't.
Holy. Crazy. That's
So
crazy.
all your students are online, John?
Now they are. Yep, that was the last one that didn't have a computer, so I got them
Right.
all set up now.
What's the school do? Just give them computers? They don't have one?
Yeah, I just called up the IT department and they threw together a laptop for me.
Yeah.
That's kind of nice they do that. I mean, that's kind of a nice advantage.
Exactly.
Oh yeah,
That's cool.
yeah, our school's pretty good to the students.
Well, I'm very impressed on your
Yeah.
driving. You did very well tonight. Yeah.
Most
My
of our
students actually students go to class, or my school does.
most of our students are still at school.
Yeah,
And this Friday, tomorrow to me, they break up and go on holidays. So, yeah.
they're still in school.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, we're crazy over here. I don't know. Our government's not playing by your rules.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, over
some
here, they're just
schools-
shutting everything down.
Yeah, some schools have been closed down, depending on the areas that are, it's attacking.
Yeah, I don't think there's a school in the United States that's still open now.
No, that's right. And I can't fathom why ours are, still open. Fair enough, it doesn't attack the kids, but the kids can get it and bring it home to the parents, the grandparents. And that would be the last thing we'd want. And, I heard someone from there, they can always school next year. So what if you lose a year or 6 months? Doesn't matter.
They're making
does
ours
it?
do it from home.
Yeah. Well,
They
that's
send their
what they're
homework home
doing.
and they do it here.
That's what they're starting to do here, but we don't really have a curriculum for computer. I don't understand why to do the shit at home. Surely they have curriculums to do stuff at school.
They could do like we're doing here on Zoom. They could do the classes, and
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm doing with my students.
yeah,
Just
give them
doing-
their homework and, they print it out, fill it out, send it back in.
No offense to you, John, but everyone says, "Oh, keep your kids home and they'll learn more anyway."
Probably. I wouldn't
Yeah.
blame them.
Yeah. I mean, some of the things they teach them now, and our students.
Yeah, now just think, now they're all homeschooled. Corporal punishment's back in school.
Yeah. Well, over here, it's proven that the kids don't know how to read and write properly. They don't know how to add up. Like, what do they teach them at school today?
Nothing.
Yeah.
I have no idea. They don't even teach them how to write in cursive anymore.
No.
They're teaching them that Common Core math that doesn't add up to anything.
Oh my Lord.
Do they even learn multiplication?
Nah.
I tried that Common Core math. It's just a bunch of gibberish. I didn't understand it at all.
It makes no sense at all.
It's the same with teaching them. They don't teach them to read and write, but they teach them how to make sounds, how a word is a, 2 or 3 sounds. And I'm thinking, what's wrong with, k, at, t, cat,
A-E-I-O-U.
A-E-I-O.
The vowels.
Oh, yes. Yeah. All of that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, home sweet home, Linda. If I can get
See
to
the-
my driveway.
You see the
Oh,
pictures I sent you, Walter, of our local airport where they closed the runway and parked like 90 some planes on it?
Yeah, I saw it, man.
Snow drifts.
And they're bringing in
I know.
more every day.
And that's just one airport and one manufacturer, one carrier. Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that sad thing right there, you guys. Oh,
What? Wait.
that's my paramotor outside right there.
No.
Why is it out in the snow? That's not supposed to happen.
No.
I pulled it out this morning. I didn't realize there was a snowstorm coming. I was gonna tinker with it,
Oh my
and then
God.
and then I took a nap.
Ah!
It's a good wash now.
There. Nick's like, no.
Yep.
Oh, dude.
That's what you call cold start.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
What are you planning on doing? Blowing snow around the yard with it?
No, I didn't even realize there was a storm coming. I haven't watched the news in a while.
You gotta start watching that weather, dude. Protect
I know.
your paramotor.
Well, yesterday it was 55 degrees, and I'm thinking, oh, I'll probably be able to fly in the next couple days. I better start going through my machine. Yeah. You know how that goes.
Gonna be able to fly or crash?
Well, something's gonna happen other than sitting at home. At least it was.
You can take
I
a
had
picture.
the snow skis on. I wanted to put the wheels and stuff back on,
Should have left the snow skis on it. You could at least drove it around the yard.
I still got the front one on.
Let's see what it looks like. Show us.
It's homemade, so don't laugh at me.
Let me
Here, I'll
see.
pull it up.
Want to see.
Okay, let me knock the
Oh,
snow
we
off
got
of it.
it crying. Oh, dude.
Here's my snow ski. Yeah, knock some of the snow off, but there it is.
You gotta bring it in the house. Oh, it's crying. You have to bring it in the house.
I say you fire it up and go driving around.
Road light.
Garage. That's hurting me. Ah.
Nick would like that one. Made that out of a little tiny moonshine bottle.
Oh, and a bunch of strip LEDs wound around it. That's different.
Yeah, and they're inside of a glass little miniature mason jar. Somebody's honking the horn at me. I better go see what they want. I'll be right back with you guys.
They want you to go drive that thing around the yard.
Yeah.
I want to see a video of that.
Nick, what the heck? What the heck? He left it out in the snow. Even Nick, even you wouldn't leave your stuff out, your paramotor stuff.
No, mine's in a temperature controlled trailer 24/7.
Yeah. See, that's your baby. That's why. That's a lot of money sitting out there in the snow. That's nuts. I am just like blown away going, what?
What?
Because I see how much money you put into these paramotors, and they're not cheap.
No.
No, wait till you buy your wing, you'll see what we're talking about. Things get expensive quickly.
Exactly.
Linda buying a wing.
I am getting antsy to do that for sure.
Or you get yourself a BGD seed, get a nice, harness, and you can go out and practice.
I know. I see everybody.
Oh, here, Linda.
I get motivated because I see the girls doing it, and I'm like, well, why can't I do that?
Why can't I do that? That's right.
I do. I get motivated and go, I could do that. What are you eating, Walter? Are you
Cereal.
eating bananas?
Cereal.
Cereal? What kind of cereal?
Vita bread,
Cereal box?
3 different types. I mix 3 different types.
Oh, you do? Wow. You're an adventurous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So what do you mix with it? Tell us. Captain Crunch, cornflakes, frosted flakes.
Rice bubbles. Do you have rice bubbles over there?
Probably like Rice Krispies.
They're just the rice and it's all puffed up.
Yeah, it's Rice Krispies.
Uh,
Oh, no,
Vita
it's boring. Rice Krispies.
Vitabrits.
The
And
grits?
then I have Uncle Toby's Plus Iron.
I've never heard of that cereal. Uncle what?
Uncle Toby's.
Uncle Kirby's?
Toby.
Oh, never heard of the dude.
I think that's a version of Captain Crunch like we have over here.
Oh,
Yeah, it could be.
I like
Uh,
the, what is it? Like graham cracker cereal, something like that. I like that.
The damn Brits rename all our cereal something else. They're just knockoffs of US stuff.
Graham cracker crunch.
Be the same here.
Sometimes just funny, like the cereal, some cereal's really good and you just eat it dry. Just like munch on it.
Mmm.
About just,
Yeah, no, I like mine hot with milk.
do you now?
Yes. Actually, I'm having soy milk with it at the moment.
Soy milk.
That's not milk. That's something posing as milk.
Yeah. Yeah. Soy milk.
Yeah, I know. It's I don't use it in anything else but my cereal.
That's as
So-
bad as those new Whoppers they have that have no meat in them. It's like, it's not a hamburger if it ain't got meat in it.
Yeah, why are you going to go to bloody Hungry Jack's and have a vegetarian burger?
Bloody hungry. That's right.
Yeah, go and pull up a cauliflower or a cabbage.
Yeah. What the heck?
Bloody vegetarian meat.
Just have those delicious hamburger sliders.
That's
White
like
White
having,
Castle.
White Castle.
like- that'll
Yeah.
be like ordering a fish burger and having bloody potato patty in it.
White Castle.
That'll be next. They'll be making, the fish burgers that are non-meat these days.
Gross.
Uh,
No fish burgers. Look at us all hanging out with Walter eating his cereal.
It's the sort of things you got to stoop down to, isn't it?
There you go. And here, what time is it? So it's 6:45 in Arizona. So it's like, then we're like thinking of dinner or after snacks. And you're there. You're having your morning cereal brunch. 'Cause it's
I'm
already
thinking of dinner soon. It's 9:45 here.
oh my gosh.
Yeah,
That's
it's 12:15.
late. Yeah.
I'm thinking it's gonna be more burritos again.
Me burritos. I'm glad I'm
Oh, yeah.
over
I've only had like 6 of them so far today. I think another 2 won't kill me.
6 burritos. Oh, gross. Oh, dude. Oh, I'm glad I'm over here, man. Walter cracks up.
I was just thinking what Sean said. That's why you said lucky you're over there, Linda.
Mhm. Oh,
Funny.
no. Oh, no. I don't know. I think we lost everybody tonight. I'm gonna have to like really push the after show to get people on here. I even messaged Tommy Anderson tonight and I said, hey, come on, join us. But I understand though, because I mean the time difference and all that. And plus he has long days, so
Yeah, the time zone screws with everybody.
yeah. Yeah. So
Doesn't bother me.
Right. It doesn't bother me. Don't spit on the bananas.
No, don't spit on the bananas.
Don't spit on the bananas.
Mm.
Walter, you're retired now, aren't you?
Yeah,
Okay then.
I'm on a disability.
Well, you shouldn't be hurting your back then.
Oh, no.
No. I mean, how much trouble can you get into being retired?
I've been in trouble. That's my middle name.
That's why I love you. That's why I love
My nickname's Chaos.
you.
You know the captain, Captain Chaos. Yeah,
I know Captain Kangaroo.
Kangaroo.
Captain Kangaroo. He looks
I
like,
ain't-
he almost looks
I ain't
like,
been on in years.
yeah. He doesn't Watcho kind of look like Captain Kangaroo without the hat.
A little bit.
Yeah, I think so. Be Captain Kangaroo.
There's a radio announcer. He's dead now. He died about a couple of years ago. And his name's Bob Francis. And everyone says to me, "What? Gee, Walt, you look like Bob." I said, "No, Bob looks like me." Anyway, this character, Bob, he's on the radio and he's pretty controversial and he'll tell you the way he feels about you and everything. Anyway, he's not a really well-liked person. And
Not like you, Walter.
every time people ask me, they say, "Oh, look, sorry, Bob, gee, you look like Bob Francis." And I said, "Look, don't worry about it. I've been called in." I went into hospital and he was in there like the week or two before. And two nurses come up to me and said, "Bob, you're still here." I said, "No, I'm not Bob." And then this other nurse comes out of an elevator and she goes, "Bob, I thought you'd gone home." I said, "Well, I'm not Bob." "Oh, gee, you look like him."
Funny. You had a twinsy.
Yeah.
Walter, they call them twinsies. When you look like somebody, like whatever, they call them a twin.
Actually, there's an actor in America, in Hollywood, I'm pretty sure. I can't remember his name, but he's a bit of a spitting image for me. But that was back when I had black hair, not grey.
1, 2, 3. And look at participants 5. Where is everybody tonight? I'm just gonna have to get on with that. I'm just gonna have to let people know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta start building the after show up, make it more interesting.
Get more people on there just to hang out, you know? Yeah. I don't know who I'm not, I messaged Robert, find out who is,
Yeah, well, a lot of people,
who is guested tomorrow night.
like Bob's not here, Keith, Anthony.
My little doggy's like, he's laying on the floor here and he's having dreams. And he's like,
Hey, did you guys see Anthony Vella's photo?
which one?
Nick?
Which one? Yeah, I've seen a few of them recently.
The latest one, and I said, "You look like the absent-minded professor." I don't know if you guys had that show over there. It's the
I
one
remember
where
that show. That goes
way back. And he goes, "No, I have never heard of it." He goes, "I'll have to look it up, but that's a good name."
Huh?
Absent-minded professor. That's Anthony Vella. You have a look at his latest photo. Yeah.
Somebody made it to this camper.
Casper.
Yeah, he's hiding in the camper now.
Yeah.
What'd you buy me?
What did you say wrong with that?
The catalog. Specials.
Online now.
Online.
Yeah, only online.
Our supermarkets always send out every week all your specials. And they've even stopped that now. You have to go online to have a look what's on special.
That must be a big bowl of cereal you're eating there.
Yes. Big bowl.
'Cause, 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 '
Say,
Yeah, you can't raise them for a smaller size bowl.
Well, I tipped the rice bubbles in and they went in too fast. So I had too many in there.
So you had to have a big bowl because you knew you didn't have a good.
Well, you can't put them back, otherwise I'd have to grab them with my hand and put them back.
Oh, that was a weird.
Coronavirus.
You leave my coronavirus alone.
Keep it over there.
I'll keep it over
Social
here.
distancing.
all right, John is back in the house.
I'm about to have a stuffed mushroom for breakfast. Brunch. I've already
Stuffed-
had breakfast.
Yeah, I'm just having breakfast, so I can't have mushrooms. Not
You
me.
can't. I'm not
Oh,
giving
I love fried mushrooms.
them for Walter.
Yeah, you bet.
Stuffed mushroom.
I love it.
Oh,
Do you
Delicious.
like I do bacon and then a bit of asparagus, spinach, cherry tomatoes, bit of rocket, bit of spring onion, fry all that up and put that on top of the mushroom. Then
they were asking the other day where my black cooks are gone.
then you
This
crack
is
it
Walter's show.
Hey, it's not Walter's show.
We're
No.
gonna take it right over to Nick. What's up, Nick? Come on, Nick.
Just sitting back watching the craziness go on.
Craziness, this is just Australia.
Yeah.
Chaos.
Welcome to Australia.
You know, Nick,
Oh, if you,
Oh, now you're gonna fucking play.
if you congregate in the shop and talk, he calls the police.
good. There'll be no more spitting on the bananas.
There's no spit on my bananas.
Fucking hell.
I checked my bananas.
See, I said something to the guy the other day, and now if you're caught talking in the supermarket, they call the cops, kick you out.
Yeah.
With the bananas.
Put a sign out there in the produce department, don't spit on the bananas.
Linda, look at what I got. Hang on.
Walter,
Hold it back.
I can't tell what that is. What is that?
Hang on.
He's got a lovely bunch of bananas.
I got a lovely bunch of bananas. They're all free of spit.
There you go.
There you go, you can have it back.
Gotta protect those bananas.
Now you can get rid of that too, thanks. Thank you. I have my slave. Sometimes,
That's pretty rude. 'Cause
Sometimes
we're both indigenous. If I could just went down the shop and I want to cook something good, guess what this lady's giving you? Fuck all.
nothing. That's all right.
You've had breakfast.
I've had breakfast.
Nanya. Next to your business.
Oh dear.
Linda, he drives.
Linda.
Walter, you can have your show, Walter and Friends.
Walter and friends.
Walter and
I always wanted a show. Where's Wally?
Where's Wally?
Yeah. Where's Wally? You have those books over there, don't you?
Oh, yes. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Waldo.
Waldo.
Here's Waldo.
Ah, yeah. No, over here it's Wally. Like you know,
It is? Oh, here's
Wally.
There's
You know, olive oil. Yeah, don't use it all. You bought any more yet?
You fucking nearly drank half a bottle before I even.
Why am I the only one that buys olive oil? Rubbish.
John, what are you doing over there, John? John's still trying to figure it
Oh, I'm just thinking.
out. Save me, John. Save me, John.
Oh, when I pulled into my house, some strange lady pulled in behind me and said I stole her dog.
What?
Nearly five.
What?
I'm like, lady, there's no tracks for me leaving my house for my car. If you want to look for your dog in my car, you're welcome to look.
No kidding.
You really sit there. I'm afraid to go.
You should stop buying stuff.
Why?
And then she said, I'm calling the cops. I said, call them.
Yeah,
Fine with me.
They're all going crazy.
I guess so. I should have offered her one of my dogs. She can have one.
Wasn't just looking on homemade sausage.
So Nick, I just worked out last night.
You can have this worthless guy right next to me, you guys.
You guys can all come for a holiday over here. Our dollar's nearly 53 cents. So 2,000 bucks over there will be 4,000 here.
That'd be nice.
Not that we make anything. Oh, well,
Well then.
Linda, you're going quiet.
And I'm not hiding in my camper, Nick. This is my office now.
Oh, you got a green screen.
Yeah, he's
green
moved into the
screen?
camper and he's calling it the office.
No, I just got an old green blanket.
Yeah, he's moving up.
This is the headquarters of my dog thieving operations.
I got to find a bunker to use on Robert's show.
Yeah, Sean, he'll loan you his bunker.
Nah, that's got piss and shit in it now. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I know. That's what happens when he does eat rice and sits in there all day.
Hey, I saw a bit more footage of him kiting. Who posted it? I think it was that Andrea. Andrea, you met Andrea, didn't you?
Oh yeah.
She was on Robert's show last week. Anyway, she filmed a bit from Southern Fun. And there's Sean
Who
sitting
didn't
on
film
the
at
ground.
Fun? Or at
Sean sitting,
Palm Bay?
Palm Bay. Sean sitting on the ground flying his kite. and he's slipping forward on the ground and he's rocking away to his music and sitting on the ground. I thought, yeah, that'd be right.
Well, that's what he
He's
does the whole time. He sits on the ground and just,
Yeah. Bugger standing. I'll do it sitting down.
Bloody 12:30 already.
Bloody 12:30 already. And you haven't done anything.
Fuck off, I've been up since 8:30, mate.
I've been up since
Fuck
10
never.
past 4 this morning.
Never.
Full of shit. So I come inside you in bed.
Linda, I posted to you at 4 o'clock this morning.
Full of shit.
Dude, I was sleeping.
No, you weren't.
See, you
I was
sleep.
sleeping at 5 this morning.
No, no, that for you.
4 o'clock. 4 o'clock would have been.
I'm in hibernation, so I don't have to get up for nothing.
No, that's right.
Right.
There. Now I got one.
We
Walter.
hibernate.
And what in the shed?
There.
Too bad I had to.
Oh, there's your bunker. Where'd you find that one?
No, I just went into one of my spare ones I have in the backyard.
Oh. I like the logo on the ground.
That's the U.S. president logo, I think. Or it looks like it anyway.
yeah, it does look like a presidential seal.
Hey, so was that real what Dave Wolf put up about Trump?
I didn't
Rick?
see it.
No, they haven't banned us from flying yet.
Nick, how do I do that after screen again? The behind the background screen thing. How do I
It's,
do
Paramount.
like how do you do it during the show?
It's right next to where it says stop video. There's a little arrow that points up at the bottom.
Let's see. Play with this. Bear with me here. Okay. Okay. All right. So right here, stop video. Then I have to stop the video.
No, you want to click that arrow that's right next to that, the one that's pointing up to
Oh.
the right of it.
Oh, that one.
And then there's a
Yeah.
choose virtual background. It says in there.
Oi.
Okay. Choose virtual background. All right.
hmm and then it'll have some stock ones in there, or you can use the pictures from your computer, either one.
What if I had it?
That's a good one. Because it's dark, so I don't want it'll like take me out. There's only like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, those are the standard ones that come with Zoom. And then if you want to use a picture off your computer, you click on add an image and you find that picture from your computer and put it in there.
Oh, okay, so.
Yeah, be careful what picture you get, Linda. Otherwise, you'll see it.
Let's see what this one's kind of dark. Let's see what this Earth one is.
Yeah, keep it nice. We're online.
Uh,
Let's see. Okay, so if I don't like this one, then I can change it, right? Let me see.
Hey, make sure you save this video in case I need it for court, Nick.
Look at my
I'm
YouTube channel.
currently in-
You're
There you
live on
go.
YouTube.
That's not a good one.
Yeah.
Detroit.
So it has to be. Oh my gosh, that's not good either.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
in order to get it clear, you have to have a solid background behind you or a really powerful computer.
It is powerful, Nick. You remember you helped me make my computer.
Yeah, her issue is the lighting.
It could be, yeah.
Yeah.
Colleen, we saved.
If you hang something solid colored behind you, it would clear it right up though.
Like behind my chair or something.
Yeah.
Bring some sanity back to me.
Like I'll turn mine off. I have a green blanket sitting behind me just to help it.
Now, you right for tomorrow?
See, that's
Oh,
me
you got the
without
cheater
one.
green screen.
Mhm.
Manually pick the color of the background if detected color is not accurate.
Say last the payment or whatever you're gonna do, and then drive out with it.
Guys and girls, I gotta go. I've got visitors.
Okay, Walter.
Yeah,
Oh no.
I
Good
don't
night,
know.
Walter. Or good afternoon, Walter.
I know. How can I get in the lockdown? I don't know. Pretty hard. Good boy. See you tomorrow, isn't it? Yes.
Friday.
Yeah, I believe so.
Friday, Dave's show. Robert's show.
Nope.
Linda.
Roberts. Yep.
I don't know what I'm doing. I have this crazy thing going on now.
I'd love to stay for the laugh, but I'll see you all later.
Okay. See you tomorrow.
Bye. See ya.
Near my video. Manual pick the color background.
See you.
Accurate. So I have this thing.
I should film myself traveling more often. You never know when something crazy would happen.
See? I know.
You don't have a dash cam in your vehicle?
No, but I need to get one.
Yeah, I run one in mine all the time. You
What
just
was that
never
one
know.
That I have to go into.
Yeah, that lady was yelling at me, "You stole my dog." And I was like, "Lady, I've been on a live stream that's being recorded for the last 2 hours. I can prove it every step I've taken in the last 2 hours." I told her.
Yeah, tell her to go back to YouTube, send her to my channel, tell her to subscribe.
There you go. I don't even know who she was. I should check my freaking. I better put up my security camera screen just in case they pull in with the cops.
Yeah,
I'll see
no
them.
kidding.
Yeah, we can hide that thing behind you there.
Oh yeah, that's not at my house. I'm smarter than that. I keep that on a
What is
remote
it
location.
behind me? How do I get that out of there? The football helmet.
You're like
Okay,
in the
if you want
jungle.
to, if you want to get rid of it, you go back to that same choose your virtual background, and there's one button that says none. That's where you click to turn it off.
I better do that. Yeah. Choose virtual background, then you just hit none.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's none. None.
Should be right underneath some of the images.
None. None. All right, we're back. I'll find one. I'll find one. Somewhere or another here. Looks like everybody left us. I have to go watch my shows, I guess. Nick, you're still there. Where's everybody?
You're not by yourself. It's fine. I think Nick is thinking too much.
looking at something real quick here, and one damn radio's walking behind me.
Oh, that was you. I'm like, who's this?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's getting static.
Yeah.
Band's picking up a little bit. There's so many radios on it to watch.
It's that time of the night, Nick. They're all hitting you up. Well, I'm gonna let y'all go. Gonna watch some shows and stuff. So tomorrow night we got paragliding talk. And yeah, Nick, you gotta help me figure out this printer.
Yeah, we can get on tomorrow on Skype or something.
I mean, I got all the stuff out of the box and I'm like, what the F? I just thought, oh, this is easy. I'll just pop it right in there and yeah. So I'll have to get on like on video chat or whatever tomorrow with you so you can help me figure it out, do everything. So I don't break it.
Yeah, you don't want to break it. We've already fixed everything else in there.
No, because I didn't recognize anything I had there. I'm like, I don't know what any of this is. So you know,
There should be two containers of the toner, and the other one's like the image drum that goes in. You know, you pull the toner out first, and the image drum will plot after that. And you'll be putting the image drum back in first, then the toner. And usually you have to remove that little orange cover that's on it.
All right. So I'll Zoom with you or whatever tomorrow. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay. I'll talk to you later, dudes.
Yep, take her easy.
Okay. Peace out.
They're dropping like flies tonight.
Yeah, what John is up to there?
Oh crap! I had the dang my Wi-Fi knocked out of my house, so I had to put it back on my phone.
Well, you're 50% of the show right now.
You guys, my PC, my work PC here. There's 1, 2, and then I got a third big screen up there, but I don't have it on right now.
You're almost as bad as my screens.
Yeah.
I got 4 of them up there.
I just watched the news on the big one during the daytime.
Oh, I got a screen behind, 2 screens behind me, 2 above me. There's not a projector on the wall that I can't point this thing at because it'll go crazy.
And there's my one of my security cameras. Just my regular desktop there. And then my dog, my watchdog that I stole. There we go. I'll just use the phone. It has better internet anyway. Man, my internet's been bad lately. It's supposed to mean more people are on the internet now.
Oh yeah, especially during the day.
Mm-hmm. And all I have is DSL here. I don't have fiber optic.
Well, you can teach people sitting inside cabs anyway, so you're probably still busy, aren't you?
Oh yeah. Well, they won't let me. They called and officially extended the online to the end of the school year, and they're going to have me just teach them what I can online and give them a credit to come back and do their in-cab stuff whenever this stuff ends.
Well, a lot of those, you can put what you call them, charcoal filters in them.
Yeah, most of them have them though. Built right in.
Yep.
Yeah,
I know.
I had 2 different companies call me today wanting to hire my students. So hopefully I can, if I get my students a job and they work for the summer, I'll just give them credit for the outdoor lab. You can't get any better experience than actually doing it, I figure.
Unless they haven't cleaned the cab all day long.
Well, at least they're around a machine every day. One guy offered really good money, but man, it's going to take a special person to take that job.
Hey, do you ever watch that McFarlane guy? That
Seth
guy
MacFarlane?
No, it's that guy that bought the racetrack, and he's
Cletus.
YouTube. Yes.
Yeah, I watch Cletus all the time. Well, not all the time, but quite a bit.
Well, they pour concrete. I never saw they had a concrete screeder. That's basically GPS controlled.
Oh yeah, yep. That's
I never saw one of those
for big parking lots and stuff.
I never saw one of that. That's the first time I see one of those things.
Yeah, they make pouring a parking lot super easy. You don't have
Yeah,
to
you
have
don't do
string
anything. You
lines
just sit
or
there, let the
anything
machine
anymore.
do it.
Yeah, they don't have to set up string lines anymore or anything for the machines to follow. Nothing. It's just all automatic.
That's
I
why
don't
there's
use-
dozers anymore too. They go out, they set that little GPS unit in one corner of the site, set their levels and just let it run.
Yep,
But
that's what I
interesting,
do that for a
I
living.
know
I set up the GPS.
all what they have there is basically they said the downside is can only do 25 feet at a time. That surprises me that they're doing 25 feet. You know, I mean, there's forklift booms are longer than that, so I don't know why. Maybe they're trying to get a certain accuracy and it gets too sloppy. I don't know.
That's unusual. Yeah, I'm not sure on that one. I'd have to see the machine that he used. I didn't watch the video that you
It's a brand new machine. It looks like
Yeah, that
you
must
know
be an
those
accuracy
four,
issue,
you know
though.
that, what do you call them, those snorkel lifts,
Yeah, because
you know, but it,
the really big ones, they just slip form it. They pour it at a certain speed so that the machine can drive right over the fresh concrete.
well, no, that's they basically wanted to have a 12 grade up and a 12 grade down
Mm-hmm.
across the whole from one side to the other, but they can't pour it like that, so they have to, so that thing is just a screed to just kind of,
Yeah,
you know, if you look
yeah,
at the video, it's pretty interesting, but they said only 25 feet. I'm like, they may want to just, you know, I mean,
yeah. That's
that
odd.
kind of, yeah, anyway, that guy is
Yeah.
sure is dumping some money on that old racetrack. Is unbelievable.
Well,
Yeah, I've seen him
what's he
pour an
charge for
entire
that
parking lot
pay-per-view
in one day with
on
it.
Friday?
What is that?
What's he gonna charge for that pay-per-view on Friday?
I don't know. I mean, the guy has what, 2 million viewers or something like this. You know, he's banking
Yeah,
some
even if you
coin.
only charge $1 a piece, that's a lot of money.
Well, I guess he bought what, 20 some Crown Vics and they put roll cages in them and nitrous and they're gonna go race them.
Yeah, 25 of them, but they're now, I guess, 2 drivers are not coming because of the corona or something. They have so whatever, they have family. I can't remember, but they don't have. They're not gonna have any crowds or anybody.
Maybe they'll have Gorilla come fill in a
Yeah, that'd be kind of neat to see Gorilla go race around.
Yep, that would be cool.
It'd turn into a demolition derby real quick, I think.
Oh yeah, especially if they gave him some liquor first.
I doubt they will do that. I think he's trying to keep it going. I mean, there's a lot of money got dumped in that place.
Yeah, but you know, you can't do any regular racing right now since he's doing that online like that. That might take off and become a new thing.
I mean, think about it. I mean, the guy dumped 1,000 yards of concrete. That's a lot of concrete. That's a big ass. That's a lot of.
And that's just a burnout pit's all that is.
Yeah, just it's just the infield of the racetrack, so for burnouts.
Yeah, for doing drifting and having fun.
Yeah, it's pretty.
I can see Andrew going up there with his car and playing around with that Tesla.
And not
drifting
only
around
that, he bought the entire racetrack before this. You know.
I mean, that thing was beat up pretty bad by the time he got it, but
Oh yeah,
it looks like he has. It looks like he has also a lot of like legit sponsors, you know, track sponsors and stuff like a regular racetrack.
oh yeah, that guy's pretty big. I mean, a lot of people watch his stuff. And they want their name. They want their name on there. You know. Wi-Fi is turned off. What the fuck is wrong with this computer?
Yeah, I was looking at some of that YouTube Matrix, you know, and some of those guys making a bank. If you get over a million guys, you know, but usually if somebody has 1 million subscribers, you know, they already have a line of, you know, merchandise, and you know, I mean, if you figure that, some of those guys making millions of dollars.
Yeah, you know, like that Australian guy. Oh, what the hell's that one channel? I watch it all the time too.
Yeah, the one you got Walter in trouble.
Primitive Technology, it's called. I don't even know how many subscribers that guy has, and I don't think he's ever said a single word on any of his videos. I guess I could look it up.
Some of the ones that really get me is you ever watch that Mr. Beast?
Yep.
If you look how he got started, just doing a video, what, counting to 1 million or something.
Yeah.
And now he does just crazy videos, giving away, money and cars and.
Just crazy stuff.
Yeah, and anything you can think of, he'll try. But look at Tucker Gott too. I mean, he's making good bank off that.
Yeah, Tucker just started out just being a regular Joe, but he had that right personality at the right time. Man, Nivea fucked themselves over with him, huh? Oh, I'm sorry, we're online. I forgot.
That'll be $100 in the customer.
Yeah, no more money for you.
Oh, come on. I got a whopping
Man,
49 subscribers.
You got more than me.
I think I'm
Actually, I
gonna do
don't even know
something.
how many I have. I've never looked.
I'm thinking of doing some kind of special giveaway when I hit 100.
I'll take a jet engine or something, something minor. 10 million subscribers that Primitive Technology has. He's never said a word.
Hey, how long you kept that teeter-totter on? With the car, was that you driving it, right? That little SUV on the teeter-totter.
Yeah, it was our my old lady's Chevy Equinox I was playing around with.
You got it there, what, at least for about 10 seconds straight.
I'll tell you, it's a lot harder than everybody thinks it is to keep one balanced on there.
Oh, I
Yeah,
bet.
because all you need is to bend forward and that should take care of it.
Yeah, I was actually able to
That
lay.
one.
I leaned the seat all the way back and was able to rock back and forth in the seat to hold it where I wanted it. But normally we'll do that. We do that with tractors, and you do that with a full size farm tractor and get it up there and stop it. And usually you lean back in your seat and whatever you can to keep it balanced.
Yeah, that's
But
pretty.
I was bored at the show. I actually, we didn't film it, or at least not the last year, but the year before we filmed it, I did it with the pickup truck and I did it with the school bus.
Yeah, somebody didn't like it. Didn't like that you're having fun. They blocked the view there with that blue tractor there.
Yeah, they were all that show.
I
Everybody's
know.
driving around and messing around. I have other videos of me doing that. That video was shot a couple of years ago. I just happened to find it in the files, and I'm like, I got to upload this. I've got probably 60 some videos from different shows, different activities we've done that I have not got a chance to edit and upload. You know, some of the old antique engines we take out shows. I own a few that there's only one known to exist. So when we take them out and run them, I usually video it. And I need to actually get some of those put up online.
Do you use a van for work or utility truck?
I've got a, well, for the heating and cooling stuff, I have a van. But also I run my own company.
Just be careful when you drive that to Florida. You may have some interesting people stopping by. Look at Gorilla.
Yeah, and that's a marked van too. I can't believe, like, ours are all white. There's no markings on them. But usually when I go to Florida, I take my my pickup truck. Not many people mess with that.
How long took you guys to drive back from Palm Beach?
It was
Did
about,
you rotate? Did you rotate or you drove the whole thing?
no, I drove the whole thing myself. And it was about 15 and a half hours. You know, you make it in about, the GPS says 13 and a half, but by the time you stop a few times for fuel and to stretch, you gotta,
Well, you have, yeah, I mean, every 300 miles you have to stop regardless, just to fill up.
no, I get about
And-
500.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I used to have a Ford 350 dually when I had 90 gallons in the back. All of a sudden, you look at the gauge and it's about a quarter left. You push the button, it's full. You could go, I think it was 16 or 1700 miles, I think, or something like this. I did it on a tank once.
Yeah, I'd say if I had 90 gallons on board mine, I could drive from here to Florida and back.
No, it was external 90.
Oh,
90,
okay.
90 or 95. So it was right on that truck was originally, it was built for hauling campers.
Oh, they had a tank set across the back of it.
Yep. and a fifth wheel and a gooseneck and, you know, anywhere you can attach the damn thing to the trailer they had.
I see a lot of guys that run the hot shot trucks now. That a lot of them are running the Dodge 3500s, but they'll have either no bed on them and just a plate with a fifth wheel hitch, or they have like a custom flatbed. But most of them have a saddle tank off a semi set right behind the cab of the truck, which, you know, you got 120 gallons of fuel there. They could drive halfway across the United States.
Well, I don't know what today, but it used to be that 95 gallon was the biggest you could drive with without getting involved the hazmat and all that other licensing DOT nonsense.
Yeah,
I
if you're
think
not DOT licensed, yeah, but if your truck has a DOT number on, I think it's 150 or 200 gallon, same as the
But then-
semis.
No, if I remember correctly, it was because that originally was a DOT truck, and that's why I know the guy that put it in there. He basically grabbed it to the you know, to the milliliter of, you know, to the ounce, whatever that he could, you know.
That's like I've got a 150 in bed tank. It goes in under my toolbox and hangs back like a big L-shaped tank. And it's legal to have it on the truck. It's not legal to have it tied to the fuel system of the truck.
Yeah, they got, and I'm sure every state has their own goofy rules too.
Yeah, what you do, you just have it in there. You have a fuel nozzle on it. It has to be on the passenger side of the truck. The fuel nozzle cannot be on the same side that you fuel the truck. But all you got to do is climb in the bed, grab the nozzle, swing it over, and do it. But a lot of guys put them in like that, and we run a little hose up underneath with a remote fill to the tank, you know, that they can't see. If they don't know it's there, they don't bother you.
What they don't know doesn't hurt.
And we used to always have that, and on my old truck, I have a setup like that, and I haul red fuel in it. And if I need to, I can run the truck off the red fuel.
Yeah. No, I live in rental cars today. You know, every week a different town seems to be. So I got me a little Volvo, and that should be at home, and that takes care of the running around here.
A Volvo.
Oh, I like them Volvos, man. I was T-boned by the F-150 right in the driver's side, threw the damn car 20 feet up in the air, and I could drive that car off the place, and the F-150 could not even move. I mean, I was in a 20-car pileup. The state trooper comes in, he says, "Can you move your car?" I said, "I don't even know if the damn thing can move. It just got hammered, you know." And he says, "It's a Volvo, it will move." Sure enough, I started the damn sucker. Wheels were all going to every direction, you know, and the side of but you know, nothing got into the where the driver was sitting. Everything collapsed around it, but where I sat, it was like like a cab, you know. It was like, damn, they knew what they were doing. Them
Well,
Swedish, you know,
they're known to build the safest cars, but
not anymore. But now, you know, now it's owned by China.
oh God. What isn't owned by China these days, though?
You know, the funny part is, in Sweden and Norway, they cannot work on cars or do the cars, whatever. I can't remember if the car has to be older than 70 or 72 or something like that. Otherwise, they can't touch those cars, whatever came out of the factory. They can't. It's not like here they can go put wider tires or different rims. They can't. And,
I'll have to leave them exactly factory.
yeah, but if they're certainly, I think it's 70 or so. So you can basically have, you know, a rust bucket Cadillac, you know, that you may get here, you know, $1,000, but on a good day, right? They will pay you 20, 30 grand and will come and pick it up.
Because they want cars they can modify.
Yeah, I mean, the guy, the plant manager in that factory says to me, "What are you driving?" I said, after he shows me all the cars he refurbishing, you know, like Plymouth, little Plymouth and Cadillacs, you know, all 60s, you know. beautiful. And he looks at me and says, "What are you driving?" Mind you, I'm in Sweden. And I said to him, "Volvo." And he says to me, "Well, what's in your other car?" You know, he's hoping I say a Dodge or something. I said, "Another Volvo." He looked at me and says, "What the hell are you driving this Chinese bleep, bleep, bleep?" Yeah,
What?
if you look about 2007, 8, they changed their whole, the way the body and everything changed, looks. The cars are smaller.
Not as good as they used to be then.
They're still nice cars, don't get me wrong, you know. Every time I go to get a part, you know, I mortgage my house. But
That's like Volkswagen or Audi. I had Volkswagens for years, but they got so darn expensive.
I tell you what, I own 2 Volvos now. One is my airport Volvo, I call it. You know, just to park on the airport so people can bang and hit it. It's a 98. It's one of those box ones. You know what? 20, 30 below, it still starts. After sitting 2 weeks in the parking lot in the airport, it always starts. You know, every time there's a more dent on the car, but that's a whole different story. And that thing is a 98, has almost 350,000 miles on it.
Damn.
And it runs like it will start on a dime. And I put probably 200,000 miles on it out of the 350, and it cost me $1,500 to buy it, and it cost me $300 for fuel sensor, oxygen fuel sensor. That's it. Not bad for, if you say cost per mile, you know. But the same sensor, if it was a Chevy, was probably $150. So they don't break that often, but when they break, it does cost.
Oh, it's like for years, I always had the Volkswagen Rabbits and the Jettas with the diesel in them. You getting 50 mile a gallon out of them. You very rarely had to do maintenance on them. Just change oil and, you know, every 30,000 change the timing belts.
Yeah.
But a lot of them, I
And
bought them because of the, you know, people were afraid of the timing belts. So we'd get them like that, you know, they didn't want to work on them. We'd pick them up for $400 or $500. Nowadays, the same car sells for $3 or $4 grand because everybody wants them.
Yeah.
Especially when the fuel prices went up.
And I mean, I have the Volvo SUV, what they call the Ocean Race. You know, it's a special edition. You know, it's to do with their Volvos and the yacht racing, or not yacht racing, but the, what they call it, the around the world sail things race they have.
Yeah.
The Volvo has a boat, and kind of the fact that the year that Mike came out, that's the year that they crashed into an island in the middle of the ocean. It's like an island, but it was an island, but it was like, it's like sticking off the ground, you know, under the water, like, I don't know, maybe a foot. So and then in the middle of the night, they didn't see it, and they just hit that sucker like it was nobody's business.
Yeah, how do you hit an island when you're in an ocean race out in the middle of nowhere?
Because it was not marked well. It wasn't like it's underwater island, you know. It's not. It didn't peak.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, it didn't stick up where they'd see it.
Yeah. So Nick, you got people pretty much. Hey, I wanted to ask you that book for ham radio.
Yeah.
The guy you recommended. Does he
Gordon
has
West.
Gordon West? Do he has an audio book on that deal?
Yes, he does.
Okay. I'm gonna try to look for it. I figured now since I'm here anyway, I might as well learn something. John, what are you looking at?
Oh, I was looking at Facebook. Sorry. Want to make sure
Well-
I'm not accused of being a dog stealer anywhere.
I wouldn't know anything because I don't have a Facebook.
Most days I wish I didn't too.
And these days I try to, stay away from rabbit holes.
Right?
The more the better.
Well, amateur radio is a rabbit hole that once you get into, you get hooked on.
Yes.
So what? She wants your dog, or she says that her dog looks exactly like yours, or
No, I don't even have a dog that looks like. I don't even know what her dog looks like. I don't know what the fuck she was talking about.
you got crazies up there too, huh?
I guess so.
I thought they'd get, they disappear when they get that north.
I was like caught off guard completely. I thought she was just somebody stopping in to say hi. I was like, yeah, what's up? Weird. It was weird. Oh well. Can't let it bother me. At least I have YouTube proof, so I'm cool.
Yep, everything's live.
And I won an autographed book today, besides.
Oh, you did?
I'm
On the After Dark show, I won the autographed Aviator book.
Okay, cool.
That's pretty cool.
I don't know why, but YouTube does not give me an alert unless it's open. Even that, not always. I don't know why.
A lot of mine do that to me too. It's weird sometimes. There must be a setting in there for it or something somewhere.
No, well, I think it does not like my email because it's not a Google email.
Could be.
It's on a Gmail account. I have my own domain, so
Mine, as long as I have the Google browser open, I'll get an alert.
Yep. Like my phone gives me the alert every time, but my browser on my computer doesn't. So if I happen to have my phone by me, I'm good to go.
I get Google confused big time. I think because I travel a lot, and every time it seems I come out of a different Ethernet IP, and like they can't figure out what the hell, They give me,
Right?
They never recommended me paragliding, but they will recommend me flowers and how to, about ants and lions and who knows what they put, but except what I want to watch, So
That's good though. That means they can't hear you very good. I mean, I could mention a nuclear reactor and they'd be an ad for plutonium in 5 minutes on my screen.
well, you're in a target area too. I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah.
You're in the area where the stuff hangs out. So
Oh yeah, we have a lot of it here.
you got all the goodies there.
Don't ever stop your car
when
and pee on one of those. It's not a good idea.
When
They
the
don't
dome
like that.
opens, it's not a well.
Yeah.
Don't try to drink from it.
Yeah, when the dome opens, run like hell.
Exactly.
Right.
It's nothing good comes out of that.
That's
How
for
close
sure.
can you get those things before they start like questioning you what you're doing out there?
Side of the road. Soon as you pull off into their little driveway, they're looking at it and figuring out why you're there. I've gotten pulled over twice in my lifetime with them. Once I took a picture of one when I was in college. That
They
didn't
flip
go
out
well
about
either.
that?
Yeah, they did. held us down, put the guns to our head, ripped the film out of my cameras, questioned us. The second time I just peed on one. And they fucked with me. I think they were just in the area and they wanted something to do though. I just had to pee and I pulled over the side of the road and took a piss. Just happened to be right next to one.
You peed on the silo?
In the driveway. I mean, I just pulled my car into their little driveway. There was like nobody around for miles. So, you know, yeah, I didn't think there was anyway. I was mistaken.
They were just waiting on you.
Yep. Yeah, they have roving bands of marauders that they watch that stuff.
Well, they can't mess up with that stuff.
Yeah, I've been inside one before. They're pretty cool inside.
I've read stories where guys have bought, retired ones and made houses out of them.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've been in live ones. I've never been in a retired one, but I've been in, I think 2 or 3 live ones in my life.
That'd be kind of neat
Just
to see.
when I was in the military, I got to take tours. It wasn't, you're in there, there was a Minuteman III, and we're on one of the upper levels, and they had a little door you could open up and look in there and see the missile itself. So I opened it up. I'm right by the warhead. Looked at it and I said, "So that's what a nuclear bomb looks like." The guy says, "We don't know what that is. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be nuclear." Okay, whatever.
No, there's probably like
Just
15 or
regular-
20 nuclear bombs in that one warhead.
At least they didn't try to convince you it's
like
just
you're
a
gonna spend the
ballistic
money to
one.
put a conventional weapon on a nuclear bomb. Yeah, right.
They know not to go
Yeah,
that far. They know that.
Minuteman IIIs are not exactly used for taking out tanks.
Well, they are, but they're used for taking out, 100 acres worth of tanks with one shot.
Right. And those things are
We're not-
huge.
We're not North Dakota, North Korea. We're North Dakota, not North Korea.
Yeah, they're pretty cool inside though. But those really big ones like you see on TV where they turn them into big complexes and stuff, those are neat. The one we have now, they're not that big. I mean, they're big, don't get me wrong, about the size of I'd say 2 semi-trailers stacked vertically in the ground.
Yeah, well, the ones they were
And-
converting were the ones that they were the shelter, the lid opened and the whole rocket stood upright.
Yeah,
It laid down when it was being stored.
yeah. These ones here are nowhere near, maybe the size of about, I'd say 3 or 4 houses stacked on top of each other in the ground. That's about it. That'd be a good analogy, I guess. Still big enough.
They're
Could
not
have one.
manned anymore, though, are they? They're all remote control, I think.
Yes and no. Every so many miles, you'll see a building sitting on top of it, and underneath the ground there's like a big bunker, and they send a crew down there for so much time at a time, or I don't know how long they stay down there, but they're cut off from the outside world, and all they have is those 2 buttons or 2 keys that they turn. But they completely separate those guys from any outside information, so they don't know what's going on. They don't decide to set it off themselves,
So there's guys down there now have no clue there's a corona going around.
Pretty much, yep. Yeah,
Yeah,
all they have are like
they're probably
DVD
keeping them in there
movies
for
and stuff
extended
entertainment.
times now.
I wouldn't doubt it.
They come
And then
out of
the
there
people
looking
that are
like
up on the
vegetarians.
upstairs part, they send food and stuff down to them in like dumbwaiters.
Yeah, that's got to be crazy. Have to be stuck in there for days on end. You don't know what's going on.
Yep.
I'm too claustrophobic for that stuff.
Yeah, and I can't remember how many guys control, like each one of those commanders or those things control like 4 or 5 missiles. And then they have one every so many miles. They have another one.
How many damn missiles you guys got
Yeah,
out
if
there?
North Dakota were to,
Most of them.
when Russia was still full power, or USSR was still in full power, if North Dakota were to make its own country, it would have been the 3rd largest nuclear power in the world, just by itself. We're in the geographical center of North America. It's equal distance to anywhere in the world from here.
Where
We're
the
like
hell
the
the
prime
Air Force?
have a-
Where was that the Air Force dropped the nuclear? Lucky it never exploded. Was that Virginia somewhere or Pennsylvania or
I
there's
think it was
somewhere?
on the East Coast somewhere.
Yeah, they just accidentally dropped unlucky it didn't. It
It wasn't
cracked, but it
armed.
did. Oh, it was armed. They were just didn't. That was lucky.
Yeah, but it wasn't armed. You might have had stuff in there, but it wasn't armed to go off. So when it hit the ground, it didn't do anything.
Oh, here,
I thought it was.
just a couple of years ago here at Minot Air Force Base near where I live, they loaded a nuclear missile or nuclear bomb into a B-52 by accident and went on a bomb training run.
That's a bad
Oops.
day there.
Luckily, they figured it out at the last minute before they dropped it.
How do you load
that would've been a hell of
a live nuclear device on a training mission?
Exactly. That's the big question everybody had.
Yeah, I mean, how does a live nuclear device get out of the arsenal without like all kinds of approvals?
I guarantee you, there's
Well,
some private that got kicked out of the military for that.
Yeah.
No officer got kicked on that one. You know, shit rolls downhill on that one.
I've heard rumors that North Dakota is where they send people who fuck up in the Air Force. But damn it, I cussed again. Or where people who mess up get sent. You know, it's like they're
Man, now I understand how Nick is planning to monetize on this video.
You need 1,000 subscribers to even think about monetizing it. So
right.
Well, that's you got to be $200
Me?
for only 3 viewers. He said
Whew.
$100 for the cuss jar. That's twice. That's $200 right there.
My Monopoly game is going to be short of money pretty soon. You're talking to a guy who eats Vienna wieners. That's how
I
poor
love
am.
those. No, that's luxury. That's some caviar shit there.
Mhm.
yeah, it's like luxury redneck food there, man.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've been going all day eating burritos and drinking Nos and moonshine.
So here's the question: do you eat them? You wash them, or you eat them directly from the can?
I just dump the juice out in the garbage or in the sink and then eat them right out of the can.
You don't know what's good for you.
Well, you got to wash them?
No, I just eat them right there.
I just dump the juice out so I don't make a mess while I'm digging them out with my fingers.
You gotta get the barbecue ones; they're better.
No,
They're okay, but I like plain.
yeah.
I'll get the barbecue
There's
or the
probably no-
smoke flavor.
And sometimes you wonder if those things are in meat. You think they're probably a vegetarian meal.
I don't know what they're made out of. They sure are tasty.
They're kind of like
I don't-
spam. We don't know what it is.
I better not read the ingredients. I might not ever eat them again.
Well, spam is mechanically separated. It says right on the can. And Jeff Foxworthy has a whole bit about that's what they call mechanically separated. That's what they call roadkill.
Yeah, that's usually what we have around here. Mechanically separated deer. I usually make 1 or 2 of those a year.
I feel bad for you.
I've been lucky in the past 4 years now. I haven't hit one with a motorcycle.
Mm. Years ago, I was sitting on a plane with this lady. That's when like Salesy Anderson used to be still in business. They just started it. And they had like a promotion. They brought a bunch of dealers, future dealers. And they went out in northern Minnesota to take with half a dozen bikes. And one of their dealers just smashed the deer, split it to half, and got hurt. She had that all on video. It's like, yeah, he don't want to be dealer no more. I ain't driving no more motorcycle. Damn.
The first time you hit a deer on a bike, you're lucky to make it out.
Wolves are the worst. Wolf are just a deer, in many cases, you don't have a chance to see it, but there's many chances that you can see it. Wolf, because their height, they may, I don't know, they, by the time you see them, there's no stopping. And here in northern Minnesota, we have a big problem with the wolf.
Yeah, we don't have-
Overpopulating.
We don't see too many of them around here. Now groundhogs is another thing you gotta watch out for. They're like hitting a speed
There was
bump
a-
at 80 mile an hour.
So they put those 20 years ago, they put the wolf on the endangered species list. And the guy that was supposed to count him, admit a couple years ago, he never went out to the woods to count them. He just faked the number and sent it to the whatever government, federal, whatever, who's in charge of that stuff. And they kept it on the endangered species list. And finally, people complaining that the deers are disappearing, and there's a lot of wolf, bones everywhere because, they separate the spring or fall, whatever, they separate the herd and they can't find another female or whatever, because they have to hunt in packs. They can't hunt by themselves. And then they just freeze to death. You get up. Anyway, so finally they admitted they did a recount and it's like, holy man, we have way too many of them. And so the guy admitted that they was just faking the count or something. So okay, let's put a hunting season on it. And then since then it's been getting sued by, of course, different do-gooders around the country. It's like, this, we have to manage the population. I mean, we're running out of deer here.
Yeah, anytime you got too many of anything, it's not good. We had a problem with deer for the longest time. We still do. They're starting to open the hunting seasons up a little better.
Yeah, but as soon as I start controlling those wolf population, and it's still not there, but the deer came up fairly strong back, But
Mm-hmm. No Facebook, huh?
who, me? No.
Yeah.
You know what? I did what the hell they call it, LinkedIn,
Ooh.
and I have no idea. I get all the time, hey, so and so. I'm like, I don't even know what my password. I set it up a long time ago, and it was a friend of mine was trying to talk to me to be on it, and I just don't have the.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's mean. I clicked on a Facebook post from one of the other college instructors that said North Dakota students have to repeat their current grade in the next year.
Ouch.
Then when you click on it, it says April Fools.
My daughter got me good today. I left it from the night before. I left a couple Oreos for the morning. She got up in the morning, peeled off the chocolate, the white chocolate, put toothpaste in it, put it back where it was. I got in there in the morning. Oh man, I can still grab my coffee, went to bite in there. And I'm like, oh crap, this is a little minty. I don't remember it minty. And I'm like, oh, it's toothpaste, dang it.
That's a good one.
Oh, she got, you know how good she got me? I was like, oh, that tastes weird. It's a little minty. Instead of realizing I got had, I went to the second one. She got all four of them.
She was getting creative.
Oh, yeah, she sure got me.
Mm-hmm. So Nick.
Yeah.
Do you really think that a copper boiler makes that much of a difference, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Trust
it's a
me,
different chemical reaction.
I've built both of them. Copper boilers work better.
Man,
But
they're so
not-
expensive to build.
But not on the first run. They have to get a little bit seasoned into them.
I mean,
Yeah,
I have
they-
copper everywhere but my boiler. That's the question.
You gotta put copper in your boiler.
Well, I have copper pennies inside of it.
Don't
In
do
the bottom.
that. That's got zinc in it.
No, I use the old pennies that were pure copper. Not the new ones. I was careful.
What year did they went to zinc?
1980 something. I forget off the top of my head.
81 or something, yeah.
It took me a long time. I went to the bank and I bought like $50 worth of pennies, and I went through all of them, got the copper ones out, brought them back, got more, just kept doing that over and over again. Till I had enough. They didn't
Do you
like
ever
it.
saw? Do you ever saw the show Weird Inheritance or something like that? Strange Inheritance or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
There was one guy. His dad worked for the San Francisco Mint, and back in the day when they had like a double strike or whatever, they would put it in a bag, and then when they retired, that was their kind of parting retired gift. And
Well, those are worth tons of money now.
yeah, well, he had that little bag. You know, when his dad passed away, he left him this little bag, and he's like, you know, he moved around, he moved this. I need to get rid of it, whatever. It's not like, you know. So he walks his dog, and he sees this coin store where he moved into, and he said, so he's okay. So next day he puts the little Ziploc bag in his pocket, walks the dog, stop in the store, and guy says, I don't know. He says, just give me a price, you know. So whatever it was, you know, paying like $3,000 for whatever it was, right? And he calls him about the next morning. He says, in good conscience, I can't. You have to come here. Find out he had an aluminum penny. Apparently, they have made 50 of them, supposedly.
Really?
I've forgotten what the were, and they only did it to present it to the senators to approval. And they all came back, supposedly, except one that disappeared, right? That they know somewhere nobody in Congress lost it or whatever. But it's only one. And so basically there's not one. And the interesting part of him, they were old strike in Philadelphia. In his, it was strike. It says right there, San Francisco, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he says, you can have it back. And he says, I just go 50-50 on it, whatever. But they went put it online. In less than 12 hours, they had offered for $2 million.
Holy moly.
Then the government came and said, oh, that's ours. So, hell no, it's not yours. And they fought with them. They took him to court, and they went and smeared his dad big time. And then, according to that documentary, and basically they put the guy that was in charge of the mint at the time. He says, no, this guy was honorable, this and that and the other. That's how we used to do it. And anyhow, he realized at some point that the government has endless money to go after you legally.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna win, not because they're right, it's because, you know, they can drag you out of court, you know, back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
So he came to an agreement with them that he will give it back on the condition that they're gonna have to put it in all those coin collectors conventions, and this glass thing, right? This display. Yeah. And it has to say it was donated by his dad. And then he gave it to them. That's how so even though the government has it, the only way they can display it now is with his dad's name. And he says, legitimately, I can say the government took my only penny. It's a pretty, that's according to that story. I mean, I don't know how true it is. They seem to be fairly accurate on their reporting. So, but who knows?
There's a lot of strange coins out there. You know, double struck ones that happen to make it out into circulation are just worth tons of money. What some of these collectors pay for stuff, it's crazy.
I was watching today. You know that guy that keep flying in first class? What's his name? That kind of an Asian looking fellow. What's his name? But he has a YouTube channel and he flies in all those special flights and then he flies all those first class and business class and all those and does a YouTube channel off of it. Forgot the guy's name. But anyway, he went to this company that does all those airplane models. You know, everywhere from I think was at 1 to 200 and whatever. But with all the, but it's like those airplane models, you know, the scale model, and they had like all of they were made, you know, for years. Airlines that not even exist anymore. It's pretty neat. You know, all those models, all those airplanes, you know, all the paint schemes, all that. It's like, I mean, they have all the Northwest and the, you know, any kind you want, fourth, you know, 777, 747, 707, with the legit paint job that they used to have back in the day. You know, pretty impressive.
There's one I keep getting ads for all the time that you send them a picture of your plane, they'll make an exact model with your paint scheme on it.
Yeah, but that's I forgot the company's name, but they're pretty famous, you know. And they, you know, they got like I think they get the rights from the airlines to do it. I want to say.
Well, I think once the airline is defunct, they wouldn't have to get the rights anyway.
Well, that's the old ones, yeah. But I mean, all the new ones are the ones that still exist. I mean, you can do. Delta still owns all the rights for Northwest. You know, and Northwest still own, and they own Republic and all the stuff the Northwest used to own. You know, bought out or whatever. So I'm sure there's. I'm not an attorney, but you know, I would assume. But they make a run, they make a run, and that's it. So they become really valuable after a while.
Yeah, they're all probably numbered. You know, make a few hundred of them, certificate of authenticity. Yeah, it would make them worth a lot more money.
What do you do? Looking for a dog?
No, I was just checking out the Paramotor Facebooks. Oh, I gotta remember to send Eric a damn email tonight too.
Yeah, don't forget to do that. Get your book.
That was cool.
Yeah, I went and ordered my copy this morning and got an ebook copy of it too. Gotta have something to read while I'm sitting around here in quarantine, bored out of my mind.
I'm just gonna say I'm thinking about buying the digital version anyway. That way I don't have to bend up the book when I get it. I can keep it nice.
I'm gonna keep the book in quarantine or what?
And it sucks they canceled Bad Apples. So I don't know what's the next flying we're gonna have.
Mm-hmm.
What book did you win? I kind of missed the end of it.
The new Eric Farewell book. He just wrote. It's called Farewell to something or other.
Farewell to Normal.
Yeah, Farewell to Normal. Then I won an autographed copy of it.
I always get confused between Eric Farewell and Eric DeFore. I don't know why.
I don't think Eric DeFore's wrote a book yet.
He should. He's been out there for a while. Probably more than most.
He doesn't go on many shows either. Kind of just sticks to himself a lot.
No, he's been on paraglidingtalk.com. He's been on our Paramotor Nation, both of them a couple times.
Really? DeFore?
Yeah.
Man, I must be getting old timer disease. I don't remember seeing him. I think I've seen everyone there's ever been.
Yeah, he's been on them, and so's what's his name?
Going?
wrote the paragliding Bible. Yeah, Jeff Going. He's been on
Jeff Going.
quite a few
I remember
times.
him. Yeah, I must have seen him, and I just don't remember it.
Yeah, I was lucky after my crash up at Hillbilly Flying last year in the summer. The Ford did my hang check for me.
That's cool. Can't ask for a better hang check than that.
And what was even funnier was the guy I bought the unit off of used was from Canada. He bought it from DeFore.
Wow.
So I had the receipt and show it to Eric when we were up in Palm Bay. I'm like, that's kind of weird, you know. But he was the importer for the Air Conceptions forever. So he sold it over to Aviator.
You know, he owns it again and what? Who runs it now?
I don't know. I think he still can get them now since Aviator's not doing it.
Who's that now?
Eric DeFore.
Oh, you mean to get the Air Conception?
Yeah, he had the Air Conception dealership for the longest time, and then when Aviator started up, he sold it off to them.
Yeah. Boy, Aviator or Air Conception kind of shot themselves in the foot with Aviator there, huh? What, refused to let them sell their product if they were going to have any other machines or something or other?
Yeah, I don't totally understand that.
I think there's more involved.
I'm sure there usually is.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, I kind of wonder
sure.
if it was a business thing on Eric's part. You know, he was getting a better deal with the other ones, or he just wanted to switch brands.
Yeah.
Well, don't forget they were starting having crank. They were starting having crank issues. Crank
On the
cranks, you know,
nitros,
were
yeah.
cracking. And you know, let's be honest, Eric sold a bunch of them. And Air Conception man wanted to get out of that liability, you know. Let's find somebody to smell, you know, sell not as much. If we get in trouble, we don't get in big trouble, you know. I mean, think about Viterazzi. Viterazzi has so many motors out of them. Every time they have a cracked pipe, you know, that's a lot of pipes they have to replace, you know. But if they had, you know, a small dealer to let them run for a while, if they had the problem, you know, okay, we can fix it, you know. And they
The thing
could be
with-
part of
The thing with
And
Air Conceptions was they made their own motor, I'm pretty sure, or someone made it for them, but you only seen that motor on Air Conception units.
correct.
Unlike the Viserati that I don't care what motor, what cage you buy, you can get a Moster or a Atom 80 on any cage anymore. It's pretty much, and these days you pick the frame you want and you pick one of those two motors or the Black Bull.
Mm.
You pretty much have that option to go wherever you want on motors. Like there's a guy at Palm Bay that was selling adapters for the Air Conception for the Nitro to put the either the Atom 80 or the Moster on it.
Uh,
So I see a lot of
No,
guys now
I
are gonna
mean,
be,
all what I'm saying, I mean, if you're a manufacturer and you have a guy like, you know, Eric, like Aviator, they can move a lot of product, you know, you're like, you know, if something happens and you have to eat the liability, that's a big liability to eat, you know?
yeah, well, Eric
But-
believed in standing behind his product too, is the big thing.
Well, yeah, so they may, you know, so I mean, just saying, you know, they may prefer to, since they started having problems, they may prefer to go to a smaller, the guy that doesn't move as much units, you know, till they figure it out. I don't know, who knows?
You know, I fly an older Air Conception. Mine's the old AC-130, which I love. It's a nice light unit. You know, I've seen guys fly the Nitros. The Nitro seems like it vibrates like hell compared to the 130.
How about
I've heard that a lot.
Nirvana? What do you guys know about
But
Nirvana?
Nirvana is like buying a Porsche. You're paying for the
Yep.
money, but they're not very reliable as far, you crash one of those, they break so easy.
They're beautiful as far as design goes.
But as far as their engines, because that's their own engine.
No, no, no,
Yeah,
no,
the
no,
rodeo and stuff.
no, it's a 70 Mini too, I think, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know. I
don't
just
know.
assumed it was their own engine.
No, it looks like a Simonini. they
That's
did
what
that.
I was. That's kind of what I was assuming too, but I may be totally wrong about it.
The one thing I don't like with those, and it's the same thing that, with what Pfister sells, they're mounted with the piston down. And to me, that's just when the engine's sitting off, all the oil collects in your plug. So real easy to foul plugs out and, you know, hell, if you flood the thing, you're gonna have your plug all wet. That design just doesn't, I don't like the setup.
I thought that the fresh breeze that's up on the top, it's the Simonini that Gorilla has is on the bottom.
No, the Fresh Breeze, the Monster, whatever they call it. No, it's cylinder down. That's the whole problem with that one. I never could understand that design. And it being in flyings, I've seen many guys have to pull, they can't get the motor started. You pull the plug and the damn plug's full of oil. So it's all like,
Yeah, that's the one with the tank on top, huh?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The
I-
flow
I've
bowl
got
I can
carburetor
see
doesn't
some
make
mine,
motor
benefit
reliable.
for
my
that.
tank's on the bottom, and my piston faces upwards.
It makes more sense. I don't know. I know people are not happy about it, but it seems to, I don't know, to me, it makes it put us less systems, you know, like gravity to do their thing, you know?
Yeah. It would be a lot easier to fill it with fuel, that's for sure. Yeah. But mine's a standard, just old. Still
Hey,
going
it flies.
strong.
That's all what matters.
Yeah, as long as it keeps your ass in the air, that's all that matters.
It's better than what I have.
Most of the time it does anyway.
Yeah, till you crash into things.
Yep.
Or freeze it outside.
Yeah, really. Well, I'm not so much
You-
worried about the cold as the snow that bugs me.
Well,
You
you
know,
got
I'm gonna take a
snowblower, get your
screenshot of that.
snowblower.
I'm gonna send a screenshot out to Grella to show you how you treat a paramotor.
Oh my lord. It's embarrassing, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's pretty cold still there. You know, if you take it in that garage and just blow it with a blower, you never know that they
Right.
that they ever
Except for
been
his
there.
reserve chute's all covered in snow and ice pack.
Yeah,
Well,
but
it
that
rains
was
and it snows. That's the bad part.
oh
Yeah.
You definitely need a repack of that thing now.
Yep, definitely.
I wouldn't trust it.
Yeah, I've pretty much decided that's gonna happen.
so
I
did you
left
float?
it outside so that it could go ahead and freeze, and I'll have wait till as soon as the weather gets nice, I'll unpack it and dry it right away. I figure frozen it won't do any damage right now.
Yeah, being frozen might not be good for it. I'd get that thing, I'd take it off, take it in the house and
Go ahead and open it up.
yeah, or roll it out and dust it off real quick. If it ain't totally frozen, go ahead and do a practice throw with it.
Yeah, it's true. Of course, I got a foot of snow
Sit in the
yard
damn
right now.
thing. Yeah, it don't matter. Blow the snow off of it, roll it out in the middle of the yard there, sit in it and do a practice throw.
That'd be cool. It'd be fun, wouldn't it?
Make sure you record it,
Yeah. I think I'm gonna do that in the morning. As soon as I get some daylight.
because it's not good for it to sit there like that. Moisture, and I'd be afraid of it freezing and breaking the fibers and stuff as it froze.
Yeah.
Would be my thought on that.
Maybe I'll just send it in. Have them inspect it. They don't charge much for reserves.
No, I think it's what, 150 to get a repack and inspection, something like
Yeah,
that.
because if it doesn't work, you're not gonna complain.
Right. And I bought that reserve used anyway, so it needs an inspection.
Also, you don't know
Well,
how old it
that's
is or
good.
when the last time it was repacked or anything. You definitely need to get that
Yeah.
thing.
Well, it has the tag on it. It was a pretty nice one, but still, yeah. It was still wrapped in the plastic bag that it came in when I got it. But it was new old stock kind of a thing.
Which means it was sitting in that, sitting packed for how long?
Exactly.
It needs to be taken out, aired out, repacked properly.
Yep. Cloud 9. Here we come.
Like I gotta send my
I suppose they're out of business now because of the damn virus.
And I gotta send my wing in. I'm trying to decide. I was gonna wait till after bad apples, but I might do it here soon just because I got a
Maybe
brake
that's not-
line that's needs repaired and it needs an inspection.
I'm gonna check and see if they have anything on their website. Is Cloud9 the one you use also?
I was gonna use the one that DeFore's wife sold out to. They're up in Florida.
Oh, okay. I know the one, but I don't remember the name of them though.
That's Mark Honeycutt's crew. Well, not
Yeah.
crew, but he does business with him.
Yeah, when I asked around, this Cloud9 was like the most common one people told me about. That's why I kind of.
Well, DeFore's wife used to do it for years. She had a glider shop and she sold it everything over to the other lady she trained.
I'm surprised that who were them guys? Oh, Para Orange doesn't get into it. Of course, that's not really their specialty though.
No, they build covers and accessories. I don't think they do any like glider repair.
Oh man, these guys are cheap. Okay, they can only do one that's less than 10 years old. I'd have to make sure mine ain't too old. I don't think it's that old though. Reserve repack is round is 50, square is 60, and Rogallo is 75 to repack.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah.
And that comes with an
And,
inspection and everything probably.
Annual inspection is 175 for a regular wing.
Yeah, I think the one I was looking at, they were like 150. At least that's what they quoted me. Which that's not bad when you figured.
Oh, they do. Yep.
I don't know how old my K2 is. I got it used. He had it inspected the year before I got it. So I'm gonna go ahead and send it in and get it done this year. They say it only takes a week or two, so it's like probably do it here soon since we can't fly right now, and ain't got any flying's coming up for a while, at least a few months.
Yeah, they don't have anything at all about the coronavirus on their website. Who knows? Yeah, this Cloud9, I think they were that big SIV place is over in Utah or somewhere.
Okay.
They're more of a paragliding specialty. They'll do anybody.
Well, that gal in Florida, I think she's the only person in that place. So I doubt she's close.
Yeah, they're running that. They run a small parameter school, and they can't teach students right now, so doing wings would be their bread and butter at the moment, I think.
Right.
That probably good way how to support them. You know.
Yeah, you'll have to find out the name of that company and send it to me, and
I can do
I'll
that.
check them out. Because if they're specializing in paramotors, I'd like to support them.
Yeah, they have their own parameter school. For the life of me, I can't remember the name of the place. I got their card out in the truck.
Isn't that 4Win or something like that?
Yeah, I think that's who it is. 4Winds. Yeah.
4Winds PPG. There you go.
Yep.
That
That's
sounds
them.
familiar. I've heard of that.
Yeah, just if you watch, go on the Mark Honeycutt's channel. There's actually she actually does one, and she shows you how she does that. It's pretty kind of cool.
And she does the line repairs or the brake tests and the porosity checks and everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and she shows you how she does it. Yeah. So. Yeah.
Man, those porosity meters are super expensive. I looked them up.
Well, she bought everything off of DeFore's wife, who had the glider shop for years. That's who she trained under.
Oh, I mean, you look at what she's doing. She looks like she knows what she's doing.
They don't have anything about their inspections on their website. Just the training. Strange. Unless they have a separate website for the training.
I think they do. They give me a card.
Paratour has one.
Who's Paratour?
That's Eric DeFore's school. It should have the link over.
Yep, they just kept the same website.
Send them an email. She'll give you the information. Yeah, she said her glider shop over.
Perfect. Yeah, Elizabeth only does emergency repairs, and then Shannon does the
Yeah.
annual.
Well, isn't our reserve as an emergency?
Well, such as incident, canopy inspection, like if you had an accident, and lines and riser inspection. That's all the old lady will do, or the previous lady. I don't want to call her old on YouTube. I guess I don't want to call anybody old anywhere, to be honest with you.
Yeah, probably a good choice.
As they have on the ones on Parator site, they have them in line starting period April 20th to 27th. They're
Yep. I got offered a job today that I could have afforded a brand new paramotor if I wanted, if I took it. But I wouldn't be having any time to fly it. I'd be working all the time.
Then you can quit.
Right? It would have worked out to be right at $200,000 a year job though.
well, damn, you could buy a brand new machine for that.
Easily.
Yep. Hey, you could probably buy one with schools for that kind of money.
Then the guy's like, yeah, but all summer long and part of the winter you're gonna be working 7 days a week, anywhere from 14 to 24 hours a day. And I said, are you fucking crazy? Oh, there's 300. I mean, 0 days off for an entire summer. That's a little bit extreme.
If you're gonna, I might go to book mine too, because if they're not taking them till before April 20th to 27th, I'll get mine
Oh,
sent in.
you found their website or?
If you go on Parator, they have a link to.
Yeah, I was just there.
Yeah, if you go under the glider repair,
Yeah.
it has this thing, glider shop at fourwindsppg.com is their website or their email.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you go on the Parator website, they have, under glider repair, they show the click on glider shop.
Yep.
And it brings up the whole thing about, she switched the business over and they have where you send it to.
Yeah, I saw the email there.
Yeah. The glider shop at Four Winds PPG, and then has her phone number even.
Yeah, you'll have to investigate that for me, Nick. Find out all the details. I might come up with some bucks and just go ahead and send my wing in for inspection too while I'm at it.
That's what I gotta do. Mine's older and
I don't like flying without my reserve, so I probably won't. So might as well have them both done at once and get them both finished at once that way.
Then you'd be set up for the summer.
That's right. And I'll feel confident in my equipment.
that's kind of where I'm at.
I'm pretty
I
sure
know
I
mine
will.
needs done, so it's like, I want to get it done before.
Yeah. I think I will set up and film myself doing a practice throw in the yard tomorrow. In the snow.
Yeah, you guys are up there in the freezing zone. You'd have to do it in the snow.
And then I could do some clickbaity YouTube video like I had to throw my reserve or something. Oh, that's bad.
Hey, and then to get people to
Do
watch
they
your
still
channel.
hammer on it? Do they still hammer on
that?
that stuff? Does YouTube still hammers on that kind of stuff? Clickbaits?
Oh, clickbaiting? I wouldn't know. I've never had a clickbaity title before.
Because I know for a while there, they were kind of shutting people down.
Oh yeah.
I think now
Well,
they're all
even-
about, as long as you get viewers, as long as they have watch hours on their platform, they don't care, I don't think.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even post all my videos of my flights on there. I mean, I'm a bad YouTuber.
I am too. I got the 2 flights I made in Florida. I still haven't got them edited and put up yet.
I haven't edited. I think I put my first 4 flights on YouTube, and that was I just stopped uploading them after that.
Well, this is
Since
my
I got back,
debut.
it's been like crazy stuff going on that, it's better for YouTube than editing the flight videos.
Oh, I bet you they're just loving demonetizing everybody's video because it's not possible to make a YouTube video right now without mentioning that thing.
Oh, I just, the ones I made of walking through the supermarkets, I just didn't have audio on them.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not giving commentary. I just walked around. I have the hold up my hand in such a way that I'm almost covering the display. So people didn't know what the hell I was doing. I just walk around just pushing the cart.
Yep.
Me and a buddy were gonna go over there and dress in hazmat suits with masks and everything on and walk through Walmart.
Oh my Lord.
We were trying to
Crazy.
figure out how to do it and film it and not get thrown
Right.
out.
Yeah, you're not gonna freak nobody.
Crazy.
Well, I've got thrown out of Walmart for other things. Like, I know the code, the little pick the phone up in the back rooms and go over the PA.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that we used to do that all the time back in the day. Usually Kmart's.
I think I saw a guy farting on one of them phones on a video not too long ago.
That would be a funny one to do. Across the PA.
Mm-mm-mm.
We have a special alert and then rip a big greasy one.
Yep.
I worked at the one plant I used to work in years back. We had a guy that on second shift, usually in the evening, would get on there and he would call a horse race over the PA. And for
Uh-oh.
years, they didn't know who did it,
Well, I am in trouble, Billy. Mama texted me and told me to come inside, and I didn't answer her, and now she's calling me on the phone. That's not good.
Oh, you're in the bunker on an important call.
Yeah, really.
Or tell her to watch his channel. So see what you're doing.
I took the computer outside. I'm a bad boy. She saw me hauling it out, and she said, "Am I ever going to see you again?" Was the last thing I said to me when I was hauling it out.
Well, normally you get the computer, go over there, and then you fall asleep.
Yep. Yeah, it used to be it was right by my bed, so I just sit on the bed and fall over when I'd fall asleep.
Well, that's not good to do.
No, I do it all the time, though. You guys.
At least you don't have Siri's, there, so we can turn it on and off your lights.
No Siri in my house.
Yes, I have an Alexa, but you can't do it because I wear the headset, so you can't activate it. It doesn't go under the name Alexa anyway.
Oh, I got you.
I have Echo Dots
Hello,
all through the
dear.
house in my vehicles.
Told you I had to go. Now she's out here to get me.
Put her on.
I want to talk to you. Oh, the boys. They can see you right now. She said she's not dressed for YouTube.
Well, it's not a monetized channel anyway.
Oh, okay.
It'd be like Gorilla,
Yeah, I just told the boys I'm getting ready to head in. I swear. I'm sorry. Yes, it is cold out there.
He says he's heading in about another 6 beers.
If I drank beer, that would be realistic. I don't like that stuff. Oh yeah. Yeah, my internet died, so I had to turn the phone on. Oh, I suppose.
You need to get more stable
So
Wi-Fi
Nick,
out
what-
there in that trailer.
Yeah, well, it's my internet in general. Whenever it snows and rains, my internet goes to hell. There's a bare wire underneath the ground somewhere. Okay, let's go. I'm just gonna leave the computer on, I think.
So Nick, what's the idea about recording this after show, just so you have some more content?
Yeah, just for the heck of it. I just threw it up on YouTube.
Yeah, he's keeping me out of jail with it.
I figure with some of the
Good
crazy
guy.
antics that go on in the show, you might as well put it on YouTube for everybody to watch.
Come on, no, come on.
Maybe some people just didn't go on the tube because they didn't want to say the stuff that we usually say.
Yeah, a lot of times I don't have the record on. I just have it, But I want to practice using Zoom on YouTube to see how well it worked.
You know what interesting is my if I put the audio and the video at the same time, I get a huge delay and a backup noise.
Yeah,
don't
you
know
can't
why.
have both on the same device. It's kind of weird.
No, usually I do. I never have any problem with it. I can't have YouTube open and Zoom open. That's when you have a problem. But I can have the video and the audio in the same, just click on.
Oh, okay. I guess I've never
But
tried
it's
that.
whatever you. Well, your microphone and your camera are on top of your screen, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm using a microphone on the headset that I wear, so it keeps from having feedback. So I have to be careful.
Mine too.
I actually have the Microsoft Surface sitting on the table here beside me, and I'm watching the YouTube stream on it rather than on the tablet I'm broadcasting it from. So I had to cut the audio down, and I heard it squealing earlier.
Yeah, I had it running in the background. It messed mine all up too. So I turned it off.
It's kind of weird how there's a big delay in it.
Mm-hmm.
It acts a different side to turn off the video. Since I never been on YouTube, so you got the dev view, but that damn camera then went to hell.
Oh, you're the first time you ever been on YouTube?
Recorded, yep.
Oh, you get to watch yourself later and see what it looks like.
Yeah, right. That's a thrill.
Hey, at least you weren't on like some of us, having accidents.
That's true. Yeah.
And
I haven't been in
start
Russia
flying
yet.
I need to post a sign up behind my computer that says "You're on YouTube, dummy," so I can remember to watch my mouth when I talk. I'm gonna put a sign in my fridge that says "You're not hungry, you're just bored. Shut the damn fridge."
Yeah, I've seen some pictures of that going around the internet.
That's my beer right there. Good old coffee.
Coffee.
Amen to that.
I love coffee. 24 hours a day I drink it.
Oh, that's the way Sean is. Every day he was making like 3 or 4 pots of coffee and putting them in these camel packs. They walked around all day with his backpack on, sucking on coffee.
That's me.
Sounds like
Used
a
to
good
be
guy.
me. Up to about The only problem since I quit smoking a couple months ago, it seems the coffee drinking went down too. It's not good for me. I need to go back. I'm drinking coffee.
I heard something making noise here. Couldn't figure what it was. My radio was on.
You had a radio on? No.
No, my handheld. It's not usually setting here, but a couple guys from Australia talking.
Ooh, cool.
Actually, one from Australia and one from New Zealand, and the other guy's in.
And you thought Walter went, well, he's done with conversation for the day.
Yeah, get him on here, let him talk to one of his statesmen back there. One guy's
No,
in
that would
England.
be a heck of a round trip for him. Huh? It's
Yeah, it
like going to France and drinking imported French or American wine.
My problem, I got so many radios on the desk here. Half time I'll hear something I'm like, which one? Where's it coming from?
Oh boy.
Well, it's really bad. And I use the Flex because I
What's
can
up,
have
buddy?
like 5 or 6 receivers on the computer at one time, and it comes out of different speakers. And I'm trying to figure out where it's coming from. Sometimes I'll be looking at the screen like, where's that one coming from?
That comes from John's bird there.
I'm seeing if he wants to come to me, but he's thinking about it.
Well, you could probably, with all your drones and stuff, you probably bounce the signal off the local police. I'm sure you can get first in the scene every time with your drones.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad. There was actually a bad accident. Was it Monday? It's right before you cross the Beaver River. There was a guy that, I guess the tire blew in the truck and he went down over a ravine about 40 foot in.
Ooh.
And I went through not long after it happened, but there was a news van there and not a lot of place to pull over except for I better not crowd the scene trying to get drone footage. 5 hours later, I come back through there. They had a bunch of roll-off trucks there, and they were getting ready. They were unloading a Bobcat out of the back of the rollback, and they had a small crane there to lower it over the hill. I should have stopped in and got some footage because I got home, looked at the news. There wasn't a darn thing about it on there because they're all worried about covering this, freaking virus stuff, that they're not even covering any accidents. Here it was a semi truck that went over the hill.
Step up. Come on, buddy. Quit fucking biting me, asshole.
Man,
Wants to
you're
bite
hitting-
me.
That's
You're hitting-
$300.
Oh, he did it twice there.
What's that?
He dropped the F-bomb and the A-bomb. He's
Oh, I
up to
was
4
talking
now.
to my bird. I wasn't. I'm sorry.
Well, you're worse than Woody now. Your debt is bigger than Woody's debt.
Mm. What did he gamer tag?
Yeah.
Oh, he was it Robert Michaels got him or what?
Yeah, the first time he went there.
Oh boy. Yeah, I don't think I'll ever be a guest on that show.
You just have to get in the mindset when you're on the radio, you don't say certain words. That's all.
Yeah, well. Yeah. I'm used to our after dark stuff where we just talk like we want,
Yeah, I really don't care on my channel. It's not like it's gonna get monetized anyway, at least not right now.
I'll send you $1 or $2.
And I'm gonna start doing some serious shows on here, and it's gonna have to be moderated and watch, the language.
Mhm.
Right, you want to have Dell too, huh?
Nah. If I
Well,
had
if I'm
Dell,
ever on a stereo show, I'll be way more careful. I won't go anywhere near my brother. He sets off my curse word for that guy.
I'm still amazed how people get so bent out of shape from him.
Dell would be the one to have on just to recommend a new one, especially over,
You want to see a bird bite somebody?
I mean, how funny will he be after a couple shots of moonshine,
What?
He would probably pass out.
So friendly. Huh?
He's not the smartest thing, you know, because you're the one that feeds him, don't you?
Yeah. He's like that when he's on his cage. Soon as he gets off his cage, he's friendly. He's like his territory I'm invading, you know?
He looks like he's ticked off.
Yeah, he don't like it when I mess with him.
Come on. If
And
Johnny
then
is
he'll come sorry, give him a chance. Hush. Got him all riled up now. When he's in the mood, you know that is. Yeah, I adopted him like 10 years ago.
So you only got another 50 years with him.
Yep. Well, I don't even know how old he was before I got him. The guy that had him before me passed away.
Those things live to be like 100 usually.
Yep. But yeah, they're temperamental. I mean, on his cage, he's like a evil chihuahua, and then you get him off of it, he's a big teddy bear.
Well, he's on YouTube now. He's trying to show off.
He's fancy or famous, this guy.
Yeah, it's the first bird I've had on my channel.
Yep.
Unless you count the ones that tend to fly into my antennas out here.
Oh, yeah, I bet, huh?
I need to put a few of them videos up, or the massive bird pile on the antenna when I key the radio up.
Oh, that can't be pretty, huh?
No, they get off there really quickly.
Oh, it doesn't kill them.
Not always. Depends on if I
Okay.
turn the big amp on or not.
Depends on how hungry you are, huh? That's
Yeah,
your
they're not.
survival food for the apocalypse.
Nah, they're not even big enough to clean your teeth. I mean, chicken wing is bigger than that.
Yeah, I just hate when they get on there. They make the antenna sag really bad. And I'll look at the video camera outside. I'll see a bunch on there, and I'll key the thing up. All of a sudden, they all take off.
You don't have a vertical antenna?
No, I have verticals, but many of my antennas are big long wires, 135 foot long. I prefer to use a dipole. I get the best reception off that. You get a lot of noise off of vertical.
How do you protect against the incoming voltages when you have them sideways like that?
What do you mean the incoming
static.
voltages?
Static in the air? Doesn't it build up on them?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you have windstorms. I have air gap discharge units here.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I got one. They're called polyphasers. This little device right here.
Oh, okay.
This is a bulkhead style. You unscrew the nut here, and it screws into a big plate on my floor. You run the coax through either side of it. This one's a kind of a one shot. When these ones go bad, you got to replace them.
Okay.
The other ones
remember
I
when I
have
was-
are ones I usually get are a square block, and they have a little plug that unscrews from them that has the air gap in it. Once it gets arced so many times it goes bad, you have to unscrew it and put a new one in.
Okay. When I was a real young man, I remember one of my really old uncles, he still listened to the old fashioned radios. And that's how he didn't have electricity. So he would stretch this huge long wire around his yard, and somehow that wire would build up enough electricity from the air to charge his battery for his radio.
That'd be kind of different. I know you can use old crystal sets that don't need a battery. The AM radio transmissions are enough to actually excite the system.
That might have been how, I don't know. I mean, I just remember him having magic electricity he said it came from his antenna.
Yeah, you have to be careful. Like I have big ground switches on the floor here. I throw when I shut the station down. All my antenna tuners have switches on them. I switch them to ground, and on the floor I have where I switch the antennas to ground. So anytime there's a storm coming in, we make sure everything's grounded out.
Cool.
There's been times I've been down here in the room, and one of the antennas I'm not using, I can hear the polyphaser sitting there clicking, and you got static in the air, you got lightning coming. You can see it on the waterfall here too. You'll see jumps in signal.
How tall antenna you have to have before you have to get a permit or getting a whatever?
I think it's 400.
400 feet?
Yeah, where they require. It depends how close you are in an airport.
Mm.
But where I'm at, anything more than about 100, you better be lighted. I've got a 250. I've got lights on it.
Well, don't start trying to whistle at me.
Even my little 80 footer on the house here, I've got lights. I got a light top of it. Just because I don't want someone running into it.
That's the last thing you need, a liability on that thing.
That's like you wouldn't want to come flying through my yard when the antennas are out, because like I said, the big long wires out there, you'd definitely not see them.
Could be disastrous, huh?
Yeah, I've actually, there's one of them I'm going to move so I can actually fly out of the backyard. I'm just going to turn it.
That can turn a kiting day to a trouble.
Yeah, I actually, the one antenna that's on the tower, its center feed points the tower, and then it goes to two ground stakes. It's like a big inverted V. I can lower it. There's a pulley on top of the tower. I can lower it down with rope from the center point. And usually if I'm kiting, that's what I do. I lower it down so I don't have to worry about running into it.
All right, Nick, you're about the closest thing I've ever seen to an expert on antennas, correct?
Probably.
I got a question. Cell phone reception in a paramotor. Is there any way to have some sort of a directional antenna to point downwards to get down where the cell phone antenna is, or is that not possible?
It's not really possible because if you look at the panels on a cell tower, you see all the panels on three on each side. Those have beam directors on them. At the bottom, what's in that housing is a piece of aluminum that's bent around the back, kind of curved. There's a single stick antenna in there in the top. There's another piece of aluminum that pitches in an angle, one at the bottom. And they can adjust those. So the beam of that antenna doesn't go below the tower. So you don't have too much radiation directly below it. So that they form the beam to go out at a certain angle. The same thing at the top. They don't want it radiating upwards too much. That's why if you notice you get too high in the air, all of a sudden you lose cell service. That's exactly why.
Yeah, for me, around 700 feet, I start to lose it.
Yeah, depending on the height of the towers around you, that's probably about where you'd be at.
Yeah, I kind of figured that if the waves aren't there, you can't intercept them, even if you're looking at them. But I was just wondering.
That and the whole idea. I mean, cell phone works by connecting to multiple towers and hands off one tower to the other. If you were in the air at 1,000 foot and could reach the towers, you'd be connecting to 50, 60 towers at one time. And it wouldn't know how to do the handoff. You just overwhelm the system. So they actually build it so that can't happen.
Okay. Darn it.
No, go pay the big bucks and get some satellite cell phone.
Holy moly. I only eat one can of Vienna wieners a week then.
What you can do if you have like Verizon, like I have, you can do Wi-Fi calling on your phone. And you could reach Wi-Fi from up there.
Really?
Yeah, if you have an external, I have an external Wi-Fi on my tower out back, and I can reach that thing 2-3 miles from the house.
Oh, using your own Wi-Fi.
Yep. So if you put your own Wi-Fi in, you'll be able to reach that from the air without a problem.
Okay.
Hell, I can barely get the Wi-Fi to go from my living room to my bedroom. I have to put an extender today.
Yeah, what I have outside is almost a 1 watt unit ERP on a 4-foot vertical antenna. So it makes a big difference.
So I can get like a Verizon jetpack and build a mobile Wi-Fi and put it at the launch point.
Yeah. You could, Ubiquiti makes really nice Wi-Fi equipment. You could use a Ubiquiti bullet with an air grid style dish that would point upwards. Or even a panel antenna that you point it up, and as long as you're within range of that, you should be able to pick it up.
That's cool. I mean, not that it's the end of the world that I need to make a phone call up there, but it just be kind of neat sometimes.
Or you could just get your ham license and be able to talk on the radio while you're in the air.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about that InReach?
The
You guys
Garmin
have-
InReach unit,
Yeah, doesn't sound like you have one.
yeah, that's a nice unit to have.
That's what I was thinking.
It's not really it's not a cell phone. It runs through satellite. And the idea behind that is, if you do go down, you can report your position, or if you're in the air, you could get a message from someone. I can't remember the exact speed. It's not very fast that it works, but it's fast enough that you can get messages back and forth if you had to.
Yeah, for emergency, for a holy beep beep moment.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I suppose you can pre-write messages and just hit send whenever something happens. Huh?
yeah, you can also some of the units you can link to your cell phone through Bluetooth, so you'd actually type the message on your cell phone and then send it through that unit.
Cool.
But yeah, you can also have them set up that, if they receive an impact of a certain point or not moving, that they trigger automatically. So if you were actually to crash, it would trip for you and start sending a message out that you had an accident. I mean, that's the
Now,
idea behind them.
do they send a signal out for some kind of radio signal or some kind of beep signal? UHF,
Like a
VHF
locator?
signal for locating.
It sends your GPS coordinates up to the satellite. And I'm pretty sure it's on like 900 megahertz that they're using, that it's tracking the satellites with. It's a lot like an EPIRB, basically.
Okay.
Well,
So
I'm
not-
sure once Starlink gets enacted, we'll just have perfect communication no matter where we're at in the air, though.
Yeah, that project really intrigues me with what's going on with that.
What is that
Especially-
again?
Starlink. Yeah, that's internet from satellites in the air.
No.
That's
Oh
gonna,
man,
if
people
that
on
goes,
Facebook have been posting it a lot. They've been coming over North Dakota lately. They're like, "What are all these drones doing in the air?" And I said, "Those are satellites. Never mind." Yeah, they're pretty cool looking when you see them.
yeah, just in the years of playing with, we have a lot of satellites up for amateur radio use, so we get to play with. And just looking how far out we can get with a handheld through one of those, the idea of doing Wi-Fi that way, if you had a bunch of satellites up there all linked together, that'll put Comcast and all these cable providers for internet out of business, if they can get the bandwidth through it.
Yeah, the way it sounds, they can, as long as they can keep putting up the satellites without anybody complaining.
So you're
Is that
saying it all
pretty,
depends what kind of lobbying they have, huh?
Yeah,
Well,
well, these
Comcast
satellites
and-
are super low orbit satellites, so the speeds are up there really high.
Yeah, well, you have to have a
But-
Comcast of the world, and those guys don't like it and start lobbying some law against it, So usually those things get
Major
killed.
complaints from people I've heard so far is the fact that the satellites are so low that people can see them in the sky, and they don't. Some people are saying it's blocking the view of the stars and stuff.
Well, you can now get internet on flights.
Yep.
Yeah,
Can't
that's been through
you can't
satellite.
have stream, but you can't have streaming videos yet. That will kill everything.
Well, they could do streaming videos. But the problem is there's only so much bandwidth available for all the aircraft that are up there. And they pay per megabyte or per gigabyte of data transfer. And that's why they don't have a lot of bandwidth on it. Yeah, when they get the bandwidth up there,
Starlink will shut all that stuff down too. It'll all be internet everywhere for everybody. As long as you pay the price to get in.
yeah, that's what worries me. What's it going to cost, per month or per gigabyte of data
man,
transfer
I
on
can't
that?
remember how many satellites they're planning on using, but it's a large number of satellites they're planning on put there eventually. I mean, they're basically making a grid around the entire globe.
Well, they better first figure out
Who
how to
that-
get rid of
that's
this
Elon Musk
Corona
doing that.
crap.
Yeah. Might be satellites to nowhere pretty soon if this keeps going.
Well, just the
that-
idea for a backup during emergency times, the satellites would be so much better. If you think about everything that happens with cell towers during hurricanes, cell towers go out. If the internet
Yep.
comes from lights in the air, you're going to have perfect coverage.
Yeah, but it's harder to block antennas than satellites. I mean, from a what do you call it, a security point, whatever. It's if an enemy of this country decide to, like Chinese, any of those guys want to blow our satellite, like their satellite, it's a fairly easy. There was a whole thing about it in 60 Minutes. That it's a lot harder for them to block all the thousands of cell towers and hard networks.
Oh yeah.
I mean, look at what Verizon and AT&T did during the last hurricane, where they set those cell tower drones up and were testing with. They basically had tethered drones that were flying. They were basically, cell towers in the air.
Oh, crazy, huh?
Well, the concept is perfect. I mean, they have a really good idea about that, because when the cell towers go down, they can provide, comms. But what they were doing, you couldn't make cell calls through them. They were, pretty much text and data only, and a lot of it was tied up with first responders.
Oh, I'm sure.
Isn't the first responders have their own bandwidth?
Yes.
Because I think that's after the 35W bridge collapse. That was one of the biggest thing they changed, was that, everybody was using the same bandwidth. This is why they went to the TVs to digital, or instead of the old analog, and to get that bandwidth. So first responder can be on their own bandwidth, and people and reporters can everybody call on the other bandwidth, and they don't block each other.
Yeah, what they do, they take a certain amount of bandwidth on every cell tower, and it's devoted to first responders and emergency communications only. And if, say, a cell tower can handle 500 calls, during an emergency, 300 of those are going to be set aside just for first responders. So, if you're on a call and you're not a first responder, it'll drop your call to give a first responder bandwidth on that tower.
Also, it's on a different frequency totally.
Same frequency. It's denoted by your phone.
Well, okay.
They can actually set any phone, any SIM card onto that network. So basically, anyone that's in that area that tries to connect that tower, as long as they have that right enabled on their phone, can use it.
They
So
get
it's
first
basically-
priority.
So it has to be provided by them, then, by the law enforcement. So if a cop has his personal phone, it's not gonna work.
But if they
Right.
enroll his phone in it, it will.
Oh, I got you. I mean, I'm just thinking, if he's off duty and something happens, 'Cause
Yeah, one of
usually a lot of those incidents, the guys are off duty before, you know how to communicate from the crowd that is involved in an incident,
Well, it's like we use a lot in amateur radio. The radio I carry here it's actually a cell phone and radio in one piece. And we use an app called Zello, which is a lot like, if you remember Nextel, the push to talk apps.
Yep.
Very low bandwidth to operate this. A lot less than a cell call would be. And we have private groups and, group chats. And actually, I made a channel for Palm Bay. We had a bunch of guys on there able to talk on. And it doesn't matter what platform. You could download this app, put it on your phone. You get authorized on the channel, you can use it. Well, a lot of first responders are going to that now. There's about 4 different companies that have come up with similar apps. And they're actually tying the radios from a lot of police and fire stations directly to that app. So if first responder's out, doesn't have his radio, he can pull out his personal cell phone, log on to that, and still talk to everybody.
Interesting.
That's cool.
It's a very good way of
Well,
communication.
fellas, I just got notified that my phone only has 5% battery left. So I'm gonna have to log off, I guess.
Yeah, I should probably get to bed
Darn
soon
it.
too.
Forgot-
Yeah, see you guys
I
on
forgot to
Sunday, I
charge it
guess.
this morning.
Oh, Thursday night. You coming on Burger Line Talk?
Oh,
I don't have the code for like talk.
Watch the show and at the end there, we'll get you a code. All you gotta do is in the when he gets ready to close the show out, he asks you to send the email to him and he'll send you the code.
I'm not a Patreon.
It don't matter. Send your email.
yeah, I
He'll
was
let you
gonna say,
on.
I thought I was going for Patreon.
Yeah,
Oh.
he lets
Oh, you
he
do
lets
it too?
most people on. Yeah, I'm on there every weekend. Every Thursday
Well,
night.
John, you keep your P's and Q's around next to the preacher.
Yes, sir. Oh, yeah.
Because
Give
he
me a
will
cricket,
collect.
I'll do that.
Yeah, he'll make you put money in the tip jar.
So how,
Mhm.
where do you put
I'll
put
tell
your
his
email?
mom
Right
on it.
on the chat?
Yeah, towards the end of the show, yeah, he'll ask for Patreon supporters, put your email in there. Just throw your email in there, he'll send you a link.
Okay.
Usually takes
Either him
about,
or Craig. Craig usually sends them out to a lot of people.
yeah, usually takes about 5 or 10 minutes after you send it to get a link.
Oh, I'm logging off as soon as I figure out how to off my phone. Of course, when the battery dies, it'll get off for me, won't it?
And my laptop's gone like haywire here, it's overheating.
I'm just on the iPad.
That's not it.
I gotta figure out how to stop
Okay,
this
how do
stream.
I log into my phone?
Well, we'll catch you guys all probably Thursday night there.
Yep.
Hey, I'm still trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I'm having a problem. My laptop's saying it's not responding on that program.
Yeah, you're still recording.
You guys know how to log off of Zoom on a phone?
And I've never logged in the phone.
Or- Strange. Oh, I had a what do you call that? Messenger icon right over the leave button. Found it out. Well, good night, guys.
Good night.